bright, blinding, illuminating, an aid in tasks as mundane as reading to as dangerous as revealing what lurks in shadows. In a world still reeling from the horror of war, the people of Newfair lack the understanding of what awaits them when the flash hits. A myriad of secrets that daily threaten their small worlds. The work of an investigator is to protect those who do not realize they need protecting. As such, we of Candela Obscura are instrumental in the recovery of such objects to store safely in our vaults. But perhaps some artifacts are never meant to see the light to begin with. The Circle of the Lost and Found, assignment number 143, A Flash in the Dark.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you need us to all tell a knock-knock
it's
joke?
Good. I fixed it. Let's try this again. Our camera fades into a rather well-decorated room. A comfortable study space with plush and lavish armchairs and rows of thick leather tomes cluttering the floor-to-ceiling shelves. But books and furniture are not what draw our attention. It is the sight of a soft, pallid, feminine hand that hangs limp and unmoving until ever so gently, a man weaves a near invisible length of thread between the fingers. It is abundantly clear, even from our vantage point, that every touch between them is one of deep love. The threads pull the hand into a forced pose at this desk where she rests. Another length of string is pulled taut. The woman's face seems calm, tranquil, but utterly devoid of life. The man's hands tip her head ever so slightly, and then slowly and delicately he adds an ornate hairpin to her dark curls. He flexes his hands and then smiles sadly. Post-mortem photographer Oscar Enfield takes a step back from his subject, his eyes now beginning to well with tears as he whispers, "You were as beautiful as the day I married you, Nora." The body says nothing in response. He stares through the frame at Nora intensely, frozen in her favorite pastime, writing poetry, perfectly situated, staring intently and forever at a poem that will never be completed. He snaps the picture, and a bright and illuminating flash fills the room. And then a bell rings. Oscar's eyes flick to the hallway leading to the front door as he tears himself from this moment with his beloved, and he's gone for 25 minutes. He returns holding a large box, and as soon as he re-enters the room, he drops it, spotting the empty chair where his dead wife was just posed. Cast onto the seat, as if her corpse were still in place, lies her ink-black shadow. As Oscar runs from the empty chair, a small spatter of blood sprays onto the back window, and with it, our camera pans away. It opens on an entirely different scene. Midday, warm sun, the sound of chirping birds, as our camera pulls down onto a park bench. Lazarus, what would we see?
At first glance, if one wasn't really paying attention, if their eyes hadn't adjusted, perhaps it's a statue. The stillness is what is apparent at first, until the hand shifts, shifting towards a small bag, paper brown, nothing really special, crumpled up, something old, used, reused, renewed. A dark black individual, brown, I should say. About 40 something. Age is apparent, though there's not much gray. There's not much as far as lines upon their face, no tauntness. One eye, dark brown, perhaps hazel if the light shines upon it just right. The left, pale haze, fog where color should be. Around that, an etching of something, a scar maybe. There's vision, but not as much as it used to be. Their hair is high and tight, as one would say. The sides shaved, faded. The rest still black. There's a kinkiness, a texture. They wear a pale green shirt, button up, though the buttons aren't all the way done. Perhaps one or two are open. Simple, perhaps jeans, large boots, made for walking or stomping or something else. Just kind of looks like a guy, a man who is just watching the plethora of pigeons before him.
You see a shadow sort of cascading over this pile of pigeons, and looking up, you would clock the familiar face of a mid-50s-year-old woman, broad-shouldered, stately, deep brown skin, and a commanding presence. Her dark hair is swept into a severe Gibson-style updo, streaked in silver, and her sharp eyes peer over at you over the rim of gold spectacles, impeccably tailored, high-collared, gowns of black velvet, burgundy silk, modest jewelry, but in her hands, most notably, she holds an ivory-headed cane. And she just sort of gives you a nod before waiting for you to give permission for her to join you on your bench.
It doesn't come immediately. His eyes, while he has clocked and understood that there is another presence here, he can't help but just watch the birds. That hand going towards that bag, reaching into it, delicately pulling out breadcrumbs, maybe. Maybe it's crackers that have been milled. You're not really sure. He tosses it before him. You know, there is they say these things like peace, quiet. I like peace.
I'm sorry for disturbing it.
It's okay.
She'll join you on the bench. I had a feeling you weren't at the party.
I'm not a party person. Though if you needed me there, I could be. And his head turns. And it turns in a very specific way to hint that if it was commanded, he would have been there.
I'm calling in your circle. Would you mind meeting me at the reliquary later this evening?
Can I continue feeding the pigeons for a bit, or?
I suppose it'll take time for the rest of them to assemble, although I do believe they're all at her home.
Another hand reaching into the bag, tossing more of the crumbs. What time?
5 o'clock seems fair.
Oh, 500. I'll
See
be
you
there.
She will reach for a few of the crumbs and toss them herself before standing to walk away.
Is Mari going to be there?
You better have an excuse for why you didn't attend her luncheon.
She'll know.
And our camera will pan away to, I think it is best to let Mari describe what her home looks like before our camera heads inside.
Oh, along the cobblestone streets of Briar Green stands a well-to-do townhome along the row. Nice in facing, but there's something about it that seems maybe a little off, maybe a little less attention to detail to the foliage than the other houses in the row. Well kept, but not kept well, if that makes any sense. Like, people trying to do their best. And inside is a above average decorated home, but one that might seem a little dated, as if no new additions have been brought in for a decade or so. And in a spacious dining room with a classic wooden table, many serving platters scattered alongside it, a nice table runner, one that looks like it hasn't been used in quite some time, is sat Mari, along with several other figures, I'm assuming. But Mari is a young 26-year-old woman. She has a very small frame, but a frame that feels off, maybe? Like it might cast something larger if you could just look at her the right angle. But as it stands, most people find her unassuming. Small, olive-toned skin that's very unusually pale. She looks sickly. Someone you would definitely hold the door open for if she was coming in behind you. Small, dainty, delicate hands, using silverware to cut the smallest and most polite of bites.
Who sits across the table from Mari?
Well, I feel like it would be her father
Mm-hmm.
at the two ends of the table with the guests at the side. Airless.
Then I will shift then. Who sits to your left?
Oh, Gideon. Gideon would be at the left, I feel.
And what would we see sitting at Mari's left-hand side?
Yeah, so Gideon sits to Mari's left-hand side. He's a very tall gentleman, around 6'3", but he's very thin. He definitely looks like somebody who probably didn't have enough nutrients growing up. He's like, you feel like he just really never really filled out his frame. He's wearing like a green suit. It's definitely like 2 to 3 seasons behind of what would be considered fashionable. And it's mostly getting to the point of being like threadbare. It's still a snazzy looking suit, but if you look very closely, you can definitely see that there's some wear and tear on it. There's been some alterations that were maybe not done by a professional, and there are threads sticking out left and right. He has a pencil thin mustache, and while he's eating, he is not taking polite bites. He's probably cutting big pieces, really enjoying himself. And I would say he's talking with his mouth full. He's like, oh, these curtains, are they velour?
Crushed velvet, yes.
Wow. You can really livens up the place. I really love what you've done with everything. I feel like it's really nice here. Thank you so much for inviting me over, Mari. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for coming. It's about time this place saw a bit more livelihood in it.
I'm so happy to be here. It's not like every day that someone likes me gets to come and hang out in a nice place establishment like this.
Is the food to your liking?
Oh, it's excellent. Compliments to the chef.
Oh, good.
And
Lovely.
sitting across from Gideon, what would we find? Tony, you're muted, my love.
Sitting across from Gideon, you will see a man just under 6 foot, thin but filled out enough. He wears a long sleeve white shirt, mostly to work in, but he's wearing the nicest vest he owns. Kind of these copper wire spectacles, and he's sitting there with his hands tight, smiling, listening to all of Gideon's stories. Cornelius is a astute student scholar, and he dresses as nice as he needs to be accepted into the places he needs to be in. And as he's smiling and eating the food very politely, doesn't seem to be that hungry, he looks up at Mara and he goes, it's wonderful to be in your home again, Mari. Thanks for the invite. How are you feeling, by the way?
Wonderful, of course. Every day is an opportunity that we are grateful to have.
He kind of writes down in a small notebook some notes. My apologies. I know I am not your doctor today, but always checking up on you. Delicious meal. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Please thank my father. Ale is actually a very strong cook of the family. I traveled along a lot of places with my mother during expeditions, so picked up quite a bit of techniques from across the other territories.
Of course.
You would notice your father at the far end of the table is not really joining in the conversation. Similar looking to Mari, but the eyes look a little sunken. There is sort of like an endless sadness about him, as he's just sort of pushing his food around the plate, just sort of almost here because it was requested, not necessarily because he wanted to be.
And Father, your new course at the university, it's talking more about the different cultures and how they've welcomed or shunted the aviation of expeditions of recent times. Yes, maybe you could tell my book club friends about that a little bit, maybe?
Do you really wish me to talk about work during this excellent luncheon you have prepared?
Yes, no, that's fair. I just know Cornelius also is such a student of the world. I
That's
figured
true. I know a lot of my colleagues back at the university still talk about a lot of the books and research you've done.
I am glad to see that you are friends, Mari. Your book club, is your book club just these two? Are there others in the book club, or?
There are others. They are off doing charity work in the city.
The city. There's like an uncomfortable, like, lull in the conversation as a bell rings by the front door.
Please, I will go. Mari will get up from the table and politely excuse herself as she goes to answer the door.
As you open the door, there is kind of think newsy style page boy, like scully cap, like little vest, white shirt, little dirty on the cheeks, and he's just holding like a little scroll in his hand and just sort of passes it to you.
Oh, thank you. Is he just standing there waiting for something?
He just stands there waiting for like what you're assuming is like a tip of some kind.
Oh, yes. We'll look for a little pocket change. Be right back. We'll go into the side room and fish some coins out of one of her father's jackets and give him a little tip.
He'll give you a nod and then sprint back off to wherever it was he came from.
It's just like customs and duties in Canada. She will open up the scroll.
As you open it, you see in rather familiar handwriting, apologies for the interruption. The circle is requested at the reliquary, and underneath it is signed Sierra Grace Goodwin.
Wonderful. She will roll the scroll back up and slowly make her way back into the dining room. Does it look like people are mostly through with the meal? Or is it still early on?
I leave that up to, I mean, if I'm making an assumption, I think Gideon's probably on his second plate. Based on everything I have heard about Gideon. Your father's plate looks still mostly full. It's like that thing where a kid doesn't want to eat something, so they've like cut it into smaller and smaller pieces to make it look like they've eaten. And then I leave Cornelius's plate to Cornelius.
Cornelius has eaten the polite amount. Whatever that is.
Wonderful. She will very quietly sit back down and speak of the other book club members. It seems that the charity outing is going very well, and a lot of people have actually showed up. And if we have time, my friends, we should probably go lend a helping hand. If that's not too much trouble for you. Papa?
No. I go spend time with your friends. Ideally, more of them.
Yes, there are many.
I like to see that you have friends. Brings a little color to your cheeks, which is lacking.
Yes, that's we're working on it. Cornelius has offered up many different little tonics and herbs to help that.
As everyone is gathering their things to go, your father will sort of like pull you aside to like put your jacket on you, and very softly just go, I know we don't talk about things like, are one of these like a special friend, or I wasn't sure exactly what the
Oh,
implication of the lunch. You said you wanted to bring friends for lunch, and I didn't know if it was a special luncheon or if did I make a good impression?
yes. Yes, of course you did. You are an absolute delight, and you have never lost the wistfulness in your eyes. You are an adventurer and explorer and innovator, and I think it's clear anyone with two eyes can see that. But
You
no, these not a special friend. I am still not making headway on that front. I know you found a lot of happiness with Mama, but I don't.
He'll put a hand on your cheek. You are the wistfulness in my eyes. Be good, and he'll kiss you on the cheek.
She will hug him fully.
It is kind of like hugging a skeleton. It is very skin and bones. There's very frail kind of man, and he'll squeeze back before exiting the room.
She will whisper that I love you as she holds him and lets him go. She'll make a brief stop in the kitchen before heading out to grab a little box that she had hidden away in the pantry. And she'll bring that with the three as we exit the house, opening up and handing it to Gideon first and showing a box of cookies. So I got this as a surprise, but since we're heading out so quickly, and I don't think Papa was hungry, so if one for the road.
Gideon will do some like fly hands and be like, "Whoa, Mari, you really shouldn't have." And then take the cookies, go like stuff and open his briefcase and kind of shove them in there. He'll be like, "Oh, I'll bring it out whenever we're ready to sort of share." But you can definitely see like in his front pocket where you would normally have like a pocket square, there's a handkerchief, and in the handkerchief there is a dinner roll that he has taken from the table.
I am glad for them to be enjoyed.
Cornelius takes one as, this is absolutely delightful. It's been a while since I've allowed myself to enjoy sweets, so I will enjoy this. Thank you. Your father, is he doing well, health-wise?
Yes. Doctors are mainly have been focused on me, but we're both fine. Clear of health bill, I think they say.
Okay. Just, I'm assuming we've all been called.
Yes. Oh, yes. We'll hold the scroll to Cornelius to let him read it as well.
Mari, I know this is important to you, our charity work. But if you rather feel you would stay here with your father, we'd completely understand.
Oh, no, this is normal. This is a good day for him. You could not see he had a little bit of a blush. It was... I saw him even crack a smile. He looked like... You didn't see him go. That is smile from Papa.
He is a very charming man, yes.
Yes.
Great smile.
Thank you. Thank you. Mama always used to think so.
I see where you get it from. You get it from Papa. Yeah.
Yes, my Papa, Aeolus, Professor Palace, if you'd like. Gideon.
The prof.
As you all
You
walk,
have such a way with words.
Gideon, always the charmer.
Thank you. I get that a lot.
As you all walk through the streets, the familiar path towards an old, no longer used banking building, I would love the four of you to describe to me what the reliquary looks like. As Um, I think I want to assume that the group of 3 probably gets here first. Or is Lazarus already there?
They said 5 o'clock. If it's 5 o'clock, Lazarus is standing there.
Fantastic.
If it's 4:09, Lazarus is not standing there.
It is probably just about 5 o'clock.
Then they've gotten there before.
But yes, I would love the 4 of you to describe to me what your chapter house looks like. What do we see as we approach the reliquary?
I believe it is more of an old-timey bank that is no longer used as a bank that has either went under or been furloughed, and at least on the exterior, it looks like it has been retrofitted to be many different types of businesses, but currently doesn't have a sign above the door or anything. Lots of the windows are either with heavy curtains or otherwise blocking kind of view in. It's my bit.
It does have the iconic like pillars that you think about when you see a bank.
Like fancy steps too?
Yeah, 100%. Though not really kept up in the sense that it's not breaking actively.
I like to envision like ivy maybe growing up one of the columns. There's probably like a visible crack in one of them.
100%.
And in that crack is a little patch or a pouch that looks like it might be stuffed with herbs or something like that. Little packets, little trinkets that you could only see with the most astute of eye. And after you open the doors to this bank, looking up, there are little facets of glass and totems and bits and baubles dangling from the ceiling from very thin strings. They almost look like they're floating. A myriad of good luck charms and see-through prisms that when the light hits it just right from the glass piece over the door, it shows rainbow sparkles across the entryway.
Yeah, I would say there's obviously like the typical giant vault that's kind of right behind the teller station. And in the teller station, it's made out of like a rich mahogany, and it's like marble or top, but obviously they look nice, but they're definitely cracked. They're definitely showing pieces and a little bit of wear. I would say most of the hardware inside of the bank is more of like a brassy tone. So it's a lot of like really, kind of like warm yellows mixed with like the prisms above. There's a little bit of pieces where you can tell that like, nature has started to quietly take back a little bit of this bank. So there's like creeping vines up the side. And I want to say like in the middle area, before you get to the teller area, there are like a couple of armchairs that are probably not the best quality armchairs, but they're good enough. Like they're basically worn in with like somebody sitting there repeatedly, right? They're well loved, I would say. And there's about 4 armchairs that circle around a center table area.
Walking into this space just before 5 o'clock, you would see seated in one of those armchairs the familiar face of Sierra, just sort of waiting for you all. A little, she's added a little fascinator hat since meeting Lazarus in the park. But just sort of sitting there waiting as the clock on the wall then bongs for 5 p.m., where I am assuming in walks Lazarus.
It's kind of uncanny how as soon as that bell rings, the door is opening. And he's tall, about 6. I mean, I'm 6'4". He's about 6'5", maybe. There's a slight hunch to him as he stands. Not in the sense that he seems to be in pain or ill, but there's just a little bit of not really keeping up with some of those aesthetics, perhaps from his youth. And currently slung over his shoulder is what I can only describe as a beige, like military bag of some sort. I'm not sure what might be in it, but seems to be perhaps his essentials or whatever the case may be. And he will come in, kind of haphazardly dust off any dirt that might be on his shoe. And he will see the group, and there's a silence for a moment before he will step forward. Um, Hello, everyone.
Oh, it's good to see you, Lazarus.
Hi, little bird.
Punctual as always, Lazarus. We missed you at the dinner party.
Oh, apologies. I planned to go, and yeah.
No apologies necessary. Your life is yours, and things happen, of course. No explanations, please.
Oh, was it at least a good party?
Delightful as always. Yes.
Absolutely delicious in every way possible. The food was immaculate. The table spread was immaculate. Oh, there's some cookies, and then like Gideon's gonna take the little bit of cookies out that Mari presented.
Gideon, do you mind if I have that brooch you took back?
Lazarus' eyes narrow when Mari says that.
Mari, I don't think I really know what you're talking about.
Here. And she'll bring out like a small porcelain figurine of a bird. I will trade you. That brooch was my mother's. This was not.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about with this brooch business.
Five,
and then okay,
four,
okay. He opens his
three.
bag and he takes out the pin, the brooch, and he goes like, "Oh, it must have fell in my bag. You know how it is. I keep this thing open. It's got a loose handle. Here you go."
Surely. Here, this is worth more money.
Oh, well, if you insist, then Gideon's gonna take it and put it in his little his briefcase.
Lazarus will come over, still kind of timid, but will join the group, spotting Sierra again, of course. There's a hesitation. You see his arm go up for a second, but then it goes right back down as if he was about to maybe do some type of hand signal or something. But he will kind of awkwardly sit in one of these chairs. I think to yes, and I think they're smaller, so he don't fit as great. They just, and that's okay. He's sat in worse places. So you need us again?
I always have need of you. You're well. I don't want to call you a well-oiled machine. Not after the last time. Point is, I do believe there is reason to be suspicious that there might be an artifact in the wild, as it were.
Of course. Has it hurt anyone yet that we know of?
I am assuming it's probably hurt someone. There's been descriptions of small animals that have been mysteriously slaughtered. But more specifically, through mutual contacts, Mr. Enfield has reached out requesting some assistance with his missing wife, which is rather interesting considering she's dead.
Did
Oh.
she go missing before she died, or she go missing after she died?
Great
The way you
question.
worded that was a little weird, Sierra. I'm not following.
Gideon, I'm going to give you about 3 seconds to piece together why we were contacted and not the police.
You know what? That's fair.
Where did it
Oh,
happen?
boy.
He's requested assistance at his home in Briar Green.
Oh. I thought that sounded familiar. He's some kind of photographer?
Mortuary photographer, if I'm to understand it correctly.
Yes. I think I'm familiar. I don't know him, though.
I believe your father had contact with him many years ago.
Yeah, maybe. Would have before realizing there's no need for his services. You said there were lots of small animals. Were they... Is it related to the missing cadaver?
We don't know. We just know that he's requested help, and he doesn't want to get the periphery involved.
And the animals were around his home?
Yes.
Oh. Like a cat leaving things.
I believe he described a rabbit.
Oh.
Okay.
Regardless, and she'll like pass over towards Lazarus specifically a note card that has an address on it, and then his name written out in like rather nice fancy filigree.
And I'm so sorry. What is his name again?
Oscar Enfield.
Oscar Enfield. Okay, I was correct on that. Enfield.
With a K, because it's fantasy.
Ooh, because it's fantasy. Heard. Yeah, you see, he gets this note card, and he scans it. You can see his eyes going line to line, and you can tell that he's locked that information in before he hands it to Cornelius. You don't think he needs it anymore. So how do you want us to handle it? Quick and easy? Is it just containment? Is it something else?
Ideally, see what's going on. Especially if there could be something involved, something that could have made his wife go missing. I don't know exactly what. All I know is we have a dead woman who is no longer where her cadaver is supposed to be.
I'm sure Oscar is quite informed in anatomy, but she was presumed dead before going missing by himself.
I believe, yes, she was presumed dead.
And we don't know if there's an artifact involved yet. Does he have eyes on an artifact?
I have suspicions.
We can ask him.
I'm going to steal it, and I don't care. Lazarus' eyes squint again. It's not that he's untrusting. He's never not trusting. But what is she not saying?
Okay. Give me a read roll.
I'm gonna take the first roll.
Well, you better take that first roll.
An hour in, let's finally roll some dice, shall we?
Okay, so I got that, and then I should not use any drive here because I don't got much here.
This is low stakes. You do because above table, low stakes.
Still, I mean, like, yeah.
You can. I won't.
Hey,
you.
6.
Heck yeah.
You're good.
What is she not saying? She is basically giving you everything she knows. She is the energy that you get from her. You've known Sierra for a very long time, longer than the rest of these little ragamuffins. She has told you as much information as she's gleaned from it.
Okay.
She's being very straightforward and like she suspects there could be something more involved, but she's not entirely sure what. That Nora is almost definitely or was definitely dead.
Yeah.
She's not hiding anything from you.
Heard. Yeah, I didn't think he was hiding necessarily, especially not for nefarious means. Lazarus is just kind of especially when the job is at hand, he's a no bullshit kind of guy. So just wanted to make sure that this was up and up.
Mm-hmm.
When would you like us to go?
Sooner rather than later.
You see his head just turns and it stops at Mari for a second, but it continues past. Wants to stop at Cornelius, but it continues past. Looking at Gideon. Are you prepared?
Yeah, I think I'm ready to step out. I think I got everything I need inside this little bag of mine.
I'm not a wordsmith. I'm sure you are good at what you do. But when the going gets tough, get behind me and don't go too far.
You got it, Laz. I'm gonna be right there by your side until it gets a little hairy. Then I'll get behind you.
That man's gonna be all the way over there.
Gideon who?
Now you see me, now you don't.
I trust that should we find the missing dead woman, we can deal with the missing dead woman.
Are you wanting her returned to her betrothed, or... And that or lingers.
We don't want to alarm the people of New Fair. They've been through enough.
Discretion, then. We can do that. And Mari will step over to a little roll top desk filled with different herbs and materials and grab an oversized book, a book far too large for someone 5'2" and very small and slight and sickly looking to be carrying, but she will pick it up. It's wider than her whole body, but she will be carrying it as she goes closer to the door to wait for everyone else.
I will get my bag. You don't need help with that, Maury?
I've never needed help before.
Okay. Got it.
Thank you, though. Thank you for your kindness.
No, think nothing of it. And I'll go grab my bag.
There's another look at Gideon just to make sure they're actually ready. But they will look to Sierra, and this time it's not hidden. It's an immediate salute to her, as he will hold his bag still, though he realizes he might not need it. So he sets it down for a moment, knowing that it'll be handled once they're gone. He'll open it, and inside will be a pistol. Sorry, not a pistol. It's a little bigger than that. A little bigger than that. But he will grab some things for himself, including just in case, a gun. And I know discreet, but he's not going somewhere without it. And he doesn't seem to grab anything else, but you don't know what's under his shirt right now. But he will keep the duffel bag here.
She will return the salute as crisp as the first day she gave it to you.
And he will walk towards the door.
Do the rest of you join?
Yep.
Yeah, I would say Gideon kind of is towards the back of the group, and then as he's leaving, he waves to Sierra, and it is and he bows. He gives a really cheesy low bow.
She gives a rather exasperated temple rub.
Good to see you, Sierra, as always. And then
Don't steal anything, Gideon.
No promises.
Yeah, I know. And our camera will sort of crossfade as the four of you arrive outside of the home of Mr. Oscar Enfield. Not a big elaborate manor house, but a reasonably well-standing, solid middle-class home. Well kept, but it's got those curtains drawn for mourning in blacks. And there appears to be the regular bell by the door that you could ring when you're ready to enter, but it seems quiet. There isn't anything untoward or that would just make it look different or that something weird has gone on here.
Question for me, though. Out of the corner of my eye, would I see any recognition or bristling
Ooh.
from my...
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Let's say. Give
This
me.
is strange. This is weird.
Give me give me either sense or I think this is sense. I don't think you're like searching or like folks. This is you're vibing, correct? Am I reading that correctly? That you're like vibing?
Yeah, I'm paying attention to all of my resources.
Yeah, give me a sense roll.
That is a 6.
And then what specifically, remind me, were you looking for?
I'm looking to see if my shadow is bristling at any of the energy surrounding this area.
There is a. You have spent a year attuning to this shadow, and there is a discomfort, is probably the best way that I could describe the vibe you're getting from your own shadow.
I feel like I see out of the corner of my eye just hackles raise and the hair on the back of its neck kind of stand up as in simultaneous fashion, Mari's eyes lock on a very specific place near her and the back of the hair on her neck also stands up.
As it does, you can almost feel a like metaphysical hand sort of turn your head towards the corner of the yard, and even from this distance you can see a partially consumed rabbit in the corner.
I will walk directly over to it and crouch, not touching it yet.
Do you have yeah, with a 6 I'll give it to you. This thing is emanating with bleed.
Okay. After a moment, did she feel any of the others around her? Have they also come to look? Anyone?
I feel like if you ran off, Cornelius would follow, especially if you crouched down to look at something.
Yeah, definitely within eyesight and calm and collected, but looking at it.
Like to see, if I see the rabbit, I'd like to see if I could find an obvious cause of death before touching it.
For lack of a better word, this rabbit has been eaten.
I see. Okay. Does it look like it could be from like a street dog or something that is not weird?
No.
Okay.
Just mangled. Got it.
Kind of, yeah. Like, I don't. Bugs got, okay. Bugs got real got.
Oh,
Damn.
Bugs Bunny.
Not
Bugs is wild.
Not bugs.
There's
Oh, it's
again.
it's Bugs, not a bad bunny. This is a good bunny.
It's partially eaten, so there is maybe like 60% of the rabbit here.
Obviously radiating bleed.
Yeah.
Mari will open her book and take out a small crystal. And use it to kind of look through and look at this rabbit and analyze the bleed coming off of it further. And I would like to, using that sense roll from earlier or by making a new one, get a cold read on this rabbit and see if there is any other ailment, stress, or circumstance going on with this rabbit other than it being unalived by teeth.
Unalived by teeth. Give me another sense roll.
Okay.
And is this an ability that you are using, or?
This is my cold read from being a medium. And I did get a 4.
Okay, so that's a mixed success. You can tell that this rabbit aside from being dead, this sentence is going to sound very, very wild. Aside from being dead, it has been touched by death. If that sentence makes any sense.
Yeah. To Cornelius, I sense there is something more than just teeth and carnage. Whatever did this is not normal, or maybe this creature was. Maybe they weren't quite normal before this happened. You are muted, Cornelius.
Cornelius.
I understand. From Cornelius's bag, he's going to pull out a large glass cylinder that is capped with some sort of like copper rung devices on each end, and he's going to bring out a bleed containment vial, big enough to try to contain this rabbit, mostly to keep it out, but for further study.
Okay.
And lock it back in this bag.
I am going to need you to, because I'm an asshole. Can I have a control? Yeah, I'm gonna say control, to see if you can collect this rabbit, without sort of being affected by any of the weird fucky shit that's going on with it.
You got it. I will spend a drive. It's because we're playing with bleed. I got a crit. With 2 6s.
Well, fuck you.
You're better.
Fantastic. Yeah, easily. You are able to contain the rabbit for later study. It's gross, though. You effectively have just shoved half a dead rabbit into a jar.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, like it's not.
Let's put
There's
that back for later.
uncomfortable noises happening as Cornelius is doing this.
While they're doing that, Lazarus has not left the front. I assume they kind of went off to the side where that rabbit was.
Yeah, it's like sort of tucked behind like a brick wall, kind of like front yard situation.
Yeah. Words. Looking at every single entrance, every window, every entrance and exit, every step is just searching and looking over this entire space just to see what might have come in, how it got in, all of these things. It's just starting to do that scan. He's not going into the bleed. That's not his ministry. But as a soldier, he's very trained to just spot. So that's what he's doing.
Yeah, no, easily. I'm not even gonna make a roll for it. You're able to clock that there is clearly a front entrance. If you're not looping around the building, you're not sure if there's a back entrance. There's 2 windows on that ground floor that you can see from this like townhouse situation, and 3 on the above floor. And it does appear to only be a 2-story home, with like maybe an attic. There's got that like perched roof up at the top. But yeah, you are able to very easily, quickly, while they're dealing with the rabbit, identify the entrances, the exits that you can see from this location without doing a lap around the home.
Do I see if any of those entrances, be it window, door, whatever, have been tampered with? Like, am I seeing any like evidence of something using one recently? Just trying to understand what might have happened before we get inside.
Perks your like eye or your investigative, like the way that you're looking at this. Nothing seems to provoke your notice that's out of the ordinary.
Heard. Okay. While they're doing that, we should see if the owner's home.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I'll go ahead and introduce ourselves. So, because Gideon also would have likely done the Laz thing, but on the eyes of a thief. And looking at all the ingress, the egress, seeing like who has a vantage point from the neighborhood, like if there's houses or townhouses around, would they be able to see anything from their vantage points?
This is kind of like a, for lack of a better word, I think the right word is duplex. So it's got like 2 houses that have like a middle sharing wall, and then there's like gaps you can go around the back, and then 2 houses ideally down the street. So it doesn't appear the way that the shrubbery and things that like there is vantage point into the yard. There's like not windows on that side of the home, but there is, similarly to Laz, nothing looks like it's been maliciously disturbed.
With that, I think Gideon would walk up to the front door and give it 3. He does the whole shaven haircut and waits for a reply.
Lazarus is not up the steps, but they have walked forward, so they're letting Gideon lead, but they are clearly down watching.
It is opened uncomfortably quickly. Like before you finish knocking, this door is opened, and you would see a man probably in his like late 30s, early 40s, sort of a little bit disheveled, nice-ish attire, but similarly to you, just like maybe a season out of date, not like quite 3 seasons. And he just looks at you, adjusts his glasses, and then just goes, oh, excellent, you have arrived. I wasn't sure exactly who was coming, but I did. Sorry, Oscar Enfield. And you may be, sorry, it's been a day. It's been a day. Yeah, it's been a day. You are?
Hello, Mr. Enfield. My name is Gideon Thor. This is my compatriot back here, Lazarus. We are sent by the Circle to come and follow up with I hear you're having a problem.
That's word for it. Yeah, so please, come inside. Come inside.
Excellent. And Gideon was also flip open like a cigarette holder, but inside is a business card. And he's gonna go ahead and place that in your hand.
What's on the business card, Gideon?
It just says, Gideon Thorne, Circle of the Lost and Found, Esquire the Third.
So just be so clear, you put the name of your secret society circle on a business card to hand out to people. Copy. I love you so much. The 2 of you over in the corner have just sort of finished your rabbit shenanigans, as you see Lazarus and Gideon basically starting to enter the home.
Pause.
Yeah.
Correct mostly. There is just a part of Lazarus that you can just see the vein bulging as Gideon is taking the reins here. Everything about his training, everything he has done, all of it is just thrown out the minute Gideon opens their mouth. And you can tell that there is a need to act, but he's trying not to. So he does just make sure that the others at least see that they're going before he walks in. Also eyeing where that card was put.
He sort of like looked at it and then tucked it into like a little pocket on his jacket.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gideon just wants to feel like he's a special guy. So yeah, he got business cards made.
That means you told the person making the business cards what to put on the business card. Never mind. The way in which I now immediately want to make Gideon Thorne merch. That's just a business card. Sorry.
They were probably just like, oh,
Please
yeah,
do.
what is this? Is this a band? Is this your band that you sing at it loud?
As a card guy for sure.
100%. And Gideon would be like, yeah, it's my band.
Oh god.
I play the harmonica. I went to school for 4 years to play it.
Cornelius and Mari, do you two join the others entering the home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Walk up cleaning my hands with a handkerchief.
Fantastic.
And if Lazarus is kind of following up and bringing up the rear to make sure everyone goes in, Mari will briefly place a hand on his shoulder in passing, mentioning under her breath, Sen bristled while walking up. And then walk in.
There is a shift says nothing, but that hunch that was there suddenly straightens up a little bit. Just a little bit. But he will walk in.
The four of you are ushered into like a separate like greeting room. And you sort of see Oscar looking a little bit now that he's closed door. There's like a pacing happening. Pulls a handkerchief out and sort of dabs his forehead. She goes, I guess I have to fill you all in. Sorry.
Please, no apologies necessary. You have a beautiful home. Take it at the pace that you need to.
I cannot take credit for it. That was Nora's doing. She was always the better of the two of us.
I am so sorry for your loss.
It was something we sort of prepared for. She was quite young, mid-30s, but she's had a sort of a heart condition since childhood, and I guess death finally caught up with her. She never could sit still. I guess even death couldn't make her stand still.
Well,
Sorry.
even when you think you can prepare for these kinds of things, you never truly can.
I should...
Yes, about death not making her stand still. Take a seat. If all the details you have would be greatly appreciated, so we can best know how to help you.
Fantastic. And he'll just like he goes to sit and then immediately springs back up again. Like he just can't like focus. And he's sort of pacing and sort of jabbering at you. I was posing her to take a final portrait, and then the doorbell rang and I left the room, and when I came back, perhaps it's best if I just show you.
Please.
It's a little odd. I just want to prepare you for that. And he'll take you back to the study. And you would see a desk. On it, there is sort of a half-written piece of paper with scrawlings all over it. But most notably, in the chair sitting next to the desk, there is a shadow. Just sort of as if someone was still sitting there.
I think Mari freezes as soon as she sees that.
There's something else aside from the shadow still being there. And he goes over to where his tripod is set up and the camera, which he hasn't moved, and just pulls out a plate, a fully developed photograph that reveals that section of the room. But the woman in the chair is staring down the barrel of the lens, almost hungrily.
Does this woman look familiar to Cornelius at all?
No, I don't think you ran in the same circles.
Okay.
And he just like points out the dark curls and the little ornate hairpin. It's definitely Nora. She was there when I took the photo. She was not doing that. And then the doorbell rang and I left. And when I came back, she was not here. And then I developed the photograph, and this is what I found. And I'm not entirely sure I'm not entirely sure what I saw.
Of course. I know this might seem like a small detail, but who was at the door?
Sorry, I have a small human at my door.
You're okay.
One more time?
Who was at the door?
Just a delivery person. They were delivering the dress I had ordered to have her buried in.
Okay.
And my brain just broke, so I want to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dead wife looked hungry at camera.
Yeah.
Do that. Okay, heard. I think he's letting Cornelius and Mari and even Gideon like take this in as they need to, because again, circus monkeys, not mine. What I am doing is standing at the entrance to this room.
Mhm.
So if someone or something were to try to pass by, they have to pass him first, just in case. He's just standing on guard duty.
You would notice that shadow in the chair isn't moving. And like I said, the camera is still sort of set up facing it.
Where is the light source in this room?
There are various candles, and like a little, not like fancy chandelier, but like a nicer chandelier above head. There's an abundance of light sources in the room.
Okay. Mari still has not moved. Is probably blocking a portion of the doorway.
Have you tried, I'm just sure out of curiosity, interacting with this shadow? Or have you kept your distance?
Well, I contemplated it, and then I started to, and then, if I'm being very honest, I got incredibly freaked. I came back, and my wife was not here, and I sort of ran away and screamed for a moment, and then realized I had to contact someone who could help, and no. The answer to your
Completely
question is no. No,
understandable.
I have not.
Okay. That completely understandable, and you did the correct thing. Mari, are you feeling anything different being this close?
I have a few ideas of things to try. But it's unclear just at sight wise.
So Lazarus is not the one to say something like this, but if anyone is watching or looks over, Lazarus is staring at the camera. And he's thinking about what Sierra said about there potentially being an artifact. Is it the camera?
How attuned is Lazarus to bleed?
Who's bleed? I've bled before.
How intently are you staring at the camera? And do you approach it in any way, or are you just staring at it?
I think it's that. Like CB wants to be like, yeah, he's moving towards it, doing it, but I think honestly he's just kind of he's just looking at it, and he's doing the very, very slow tilt of his head as he looks at it. And I think what he will say is there any footage after or before?
It's a picture camera. It just takes pictures. And you would notice looking at it that it looks very old and weathered. The casing on it is like gilded with a rather ornate filigree. Honestly, it's a beautiful camera.
Where did you get it?
I purchased it rather recently from a place called the Cracked Lens in the Groundswell. It's a repair shop. My camera sort of wasn't working, so I went to go get it replaced, and you know how things get when they're old. Sometimes it's better to get new, but couldn't afford new, so got new to me, as it were.
This is your first time using it?
Well, not exactly.
Turns to Oscar. Win.
A few days ago, there was that incident with the racing hounds. A terrible accident, honestly. I took a picture of the paper.
Can we see that photo, Mr. Enfield?
Oh, I don't have the plate anymore. I sold it.
To whom?
The paper.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
So you took the picture alive and then sold it to the paper?
Yeah, they wanted to run a story about the accident, and sort of photographing the dead is kind of what I do.
Pardon me, I do not read the paper that much. But what exactly was this accident?
Oh, I don't know the details of it. I just know that quite a few dead hounds. It's honestly, it was quite tragic.
Looking at Cornelius.
I know. And besides this incident and the hounds, you've not used this camera on.
He goes over to a desk and pulls out a record book. I don't want to lie to you. I am a working man. So there's honestly been several portraits of the dead that I've taken in the last since purchasing the camera. Is something
Could you
wrong?
give us? We will figure it out. Could you give us the room for a bit?
All right. He sort of hugs the record book to his chest and sort of walks past Lazarus, but doesn't leave. He's sort of standing on the outside of the door and just looking in at you guys
Sure.
in his study.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to say he's not letting him out of his sight.
Yeah, he's not he's still looking into the room at you guys after
Great.
Cornelius asks for the room.
Heard.
And I'll just kind of pull everyone in a little closer. Everyone else. Okay, so camera is what we're looking at, probably. Gideon, have you ever seen anything quite like it?
I've seen plenty of cameras.
Okay.
This?
You haven't yeah, this one in particular.
Would Gideon have seen anything like this potentially?
Again,
Ooh.
you've probably fenced a camera or two in your day. And you've definitely sold cameras to the cracked lens before. But you've never seen anything this ornate or it's very well crafted. Looks like it was meticulously either Oscar or whoever did the repair work on it, or refurbishment on it, did an excellent job of making it look incredible. It's a very well together camera. But I would say if you have at all moved closer to the camera, specifically Mari, you would, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. The camera is resonating with bleed. It's dripping off of it.
Will I wager that this is probably the source? The question is what it does.
I
Do you
think-
mind asking him for a bit more privacy? To Cornelius, yeah. To
Oh, yeah.
or yeah. Are you huddled in as well, Lazarus?
He's watching. He's there, but he's mostly keeping an eye on Oscar.
Oh, then
you
I would
you
ask you. That's
notice
fine.
That Oscar isn't looking at you guys. He's looking at the shadow of what you assume would be his wife's shadow, and there is just a sadness in his eyes.
Gideon, do you think you could distract our friend here just for a minute to give?
Sure, absolutely. So Gideon's gonna go over to Mr. Enfield and say, Mr. Enfield, this is like a class 5 containment zone at this point, and my compatriots are really gonna need to be in this room sequestered. But you and I can have a conversation downstairs on what that might look like on protecting the house in the future from incidents such as this.
There is not a downstairs in this house.
Oh, was it up? Oh, I thought we went upstairs.
No, you're on the ground floor,
Side
baby.
by side.
Oh,
Okay,
whoop,
right.
okay, we're on the ground floor. All
Yeah,
right,
you're on
then
the ground floor, baby.
You'd be like, well, your house is so big and vast. I got a little lost, but that's all right. How about we have a conversation in the other room where I can talk to you about what it might look like to protect the house in the future of these kind of future entities.
Don't want to leave her alone. And
I'm gonna try to
respectfully,
sway
you all
him.
are- Oh, okay. Yeah, give me a sway roll.
Okay, and I will use a drive for this. 2 5s.
2 5s. Okay. So he looks at you, and it is very clear that he is not going to necessarily let you take him far away, but he'll let you take him a little bit further away to that entry room where he brought you initially.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So Gideon's gonna just like lead him back to the entry room and then open up his briefcase and just be like, yeah, we can tell there's definitely a lot of energy happening in this house, and I feel like you're gonna need some protection wards to keep this from happening. I have a couple geometric coins that you can station around the pivotal points of your house that'll help you create a containment field that's gonna keep the bad stuff out.
Does that sort of thing actually work?
Absolutely, a ton of my clients swear by it.
Do you have like a sample or?
Yeah, absolutely. And like Gideon's gonna like open his briefcase, and there is just tons of shit in there. It is like Mary Poppins's bag of just random things.
And
He's got like little brass ward coins. He's got
Oh my
pocket-sized iron tokens that are supposed to, like repel unseen entities. And he starts going through a whole sales pitch.
while the hustle is happening, our camera just sort of fades into the other room. What are the three of you doing?
Mari's gonna look to both Lazarus and Cornelius and ask them, would you two mind grabbing all of the candles in the room and placing them behind me? Dimming the chandelier as well.
Of course. And we go do that.
And what I am attempting to do is I'm going to angle myself in front of the light source as it's concentrated to project my shadow close to where the chair is.
You're gonna throw your shadow onto the shadow?
Next to it. And Sen, can you touch her? She's still there.
Okay.
And I think it is a little unsettling. I think it's only been within the past week or so that she started calling this shadow what you all know as an entity. She's just started calling it a name.
Can you make a sway roll for me?
Yeah.
Hey, as a circle, we have a couple of gilded dice or whatever they are. You want to use one?
Yes, I don't have any points.
Any
in
sway?
sway.
You got it.
Please take
I'm
for
the
sure.
yeah. You got it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Why?
gonna use
It's
my
not
nightmare
like I looked
dice.
at your character sheet before asking for that.
Let's
Rotted.
see. Ooh, I will use a couple drives too to give myself a decent chance.
I will say that this is probably a more high stakes roll.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm rolling 3 dice total.
Okay.
That is 2 6s. One of the 6s is on the gilded die.
Okay.
Let's go.
Fantastic.
And I think you get that drive back because you're
Yeah,
using
you
the
get the
gilded
drive back
dice.
because you're using the gilded dice.
Periodic table, period.
Yes. Period. Okay, so a couple of things are going to happen. You watch as your shadow reaches out and touches this entity, just sort of interfaces with it a little bit. And then you feel that hiss come through again as it like recoils. And whatever Nora was, you can tell that she is no longer here. This is a remnant, for lack of a better word, a shadow. But more importantly, I am going to need you to take a point of bleed for me.
Oh, this is perfect. So as the hiss and recoil happens, Mari starts to move towards her shadow. What looks like a normal shadow to the rest of the room, but everyone knows they've seen what Mari sees maybe once briefly before with a specialized artifact, but it's what she sees is this large, long snouted creature with snarling teeth and it looks unlike any creature that she's ever seen in books or at the zoo or anything. And she goes to reach for it, but it just keeps getting farther away from her. And realizing that she can't touch or comfort it at all, settles as the bleed hits. What is it? Does it feel like a mental bleed? Does it feel?
Because Sen is reaching out and touching it almost metaphorically with your shadow fingers. So you feel it first in your fingertips, almost like a little bit of an electric shock as it just sort of coils up your hand.
Ah!
The minute that sound emanates from Mari, he has pulled her back.
And
Mari.
standing behind Lazarus, with the take of the bleed, I would like to use Let Them In from my weird ability.
Yeah.
Whenever I take one or more bleed marks, you also gain additional information about the phenomenon that harmed you. Asks the GM one question about the source of the bleed.
You ate that. 4 + 4.
What would you like to ask?
This isn't productive, but this is what she would ask. Who hurt you?
There's, again, an extended pause, and there isn't like words per se, but you can feel a thrumming in your chest where your heart would be located. And you don't get the impression that however Nora passed, it wasn't malicious, it wasn't like she was killed to achieve a greater purpose. She just died. And then there is a flash, and you can almost see it like you're looking out of body for a moment. The flash of the camera, and then suddenly that heart thrums to life again.
As that flash happens, Mari's neck snaps back briefly before coming back to center like a gimbal, focusing back on its target. It's pretty much confirmed it is the camera. I'm sure.
Okay.
So, if 2 + 2 is 4, exits, none tampered with at all. Picture happened apparently of an accident with hounds. A rabbit was half eaten. A wife's body is missing. Exits have not been used. Wife's body is still here.
Do you want to search the house for the body?
I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. He's a slow learner, but he learns. Okay.
Give me a survey roll, if you would, please.
My God on high. I'm going to use one of my drives for this as well, and my survey
this is low stakes.
Okay, I'm going to use a drive, and my survey is gilded, which
Fantastic.
is the more important aspect. So I can get it back if I use the higher one.
Mm-hmm.
And I will, because that gilded dice is a 6.
Let's go.
Give me that back.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
No, don't. What's crazy?
There's no body in this house.
That's a problem.
It's worse.
And as you're running through the house, sort of searching, looking, eventually there is a interruption to Gideon's spiel where Oscar just sort of first can hear you moving around, and then just slowly tries to. I'm more than happy to discuss many a payment plan. Again, I just lost my wife who helped with. And he like rather exasperated, slowly starts to pull himself away from your conversation, Gideon, and just looks over at Lazarus. I'm assuming at some point, eventually coming back down the stairs.
That steps, yeah.
And he's just like, I'm sorry. Can I be of assistance?
Oh no, it's like the pathway, the board and the string is not actually making sense, because why were the hounds eating this rabbit, which means wife doesn't have reason to come back here.
Were the hounds
unless there was reason. My Lazarus thinks so I think so. I don't want to alarm you, but you should stay put.
I will
Don't
see
leave.
this through. I have to see this through for Nora. How can I help? I can take you to the repair shop. Sarah Khalil, she's the one who sold me the camera. Respectfully, you are all quite loud.
There is a chance that your deceased will be seen again. That's all I know.
I had a feeling. It just like holds up the plate again.
Is there any reason why they would come back to you in a non-loving way?
Our relationship is built on nothing but love. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Is he lying?
Give me a read roll. Yeah, you can.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay, cool.
Read. Nice.
Read.
Wrote you. Now I've read you.
I got a 1 and a 5.
Which one are you taking?
I'm gonna take the 5.
I'm
gonna take the 5. Okay,
You take the gilded, yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
if
the
the one is
five.
gilded, you can take the
I'm gonna
one.
take the 5. No, the
There
one is not gilded.
Okay. He does not seem to be lying to you. He genuinely seems to want to help. He seems genuinely concerned. And you do notice he's still like clutching that record book with the list of all of his recent work. I insist on coming with. I can take, like I said, I can take you to the cracked lens. Maybe Sarah will have more information about the camera, if you do believe that is what is causing this. Obviously, I shouldn't be taking any more photos with it. We wouldn't want to make.
Please don't.
Okay, all right.
I think you need to retire this camera. I think it needs to go in a bag that's away from you. And
The camera will be coming with us.
Yeah, I honestly think it's better if it does come with us. You're totally right, Laz.
Has
The one thing
everyone?
I will give you on your read. Sorry, Mari. Give me 2 seconds. You notice there is a sallowness about his eyes. A little like lack of life from him.
Yeah, I really think that this camera should come with us. We can connect with Sarah over at the Crack Lens. I know her pretty well. We're all friends, so I really think you need to stay at home and
If you think I'm letting
rest.
you do this on your own, you are sorely mistaken. I'm coming with you. That is not optional.
I need to know, when he says this, how Cornelius and Mari respond.
Oh, that's my question. Did he barge his way back into the room? Are we all
Yeah.
in the same room?
How
Okay.
close are we? Yeah.
You're all kind of in the same room, so like effectively we're at like In the area just outside of the room where Lazarus has come down the stairs, Gideon is, I'm assuming, come out of the room where he was trying to hoodwink him on magical bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And the door to the room where the creepy shadow and the camera are is open, so that Cornelius and Mari, you can overhear this conversation. It is rather loud in a tight hallway.
Did he leave behind the photo of her looking hungry?
No, he kept that with him. He kept the photo and he kept his little book.
While it's just Cornelius and I in the room, before anything, I look at you and when the camera snapped, her heart started beating again. She was that normal. And it feels like her, this remnants, a shadow of who she was, but I felt the heart start beating again. I need to see that photo, I think.
Okay, we'll get it.
I asked what hurt her, and that's what I saw. I should have asked why she was hungry, what she was hungry for.
No. You asked exactly what you thought you should, and that's where your abilities always work best. At least that I observe.
Well, I've always observed you asking the right questions.
We'll see about that. I'm going to approach Oscar and be like, Oscar, if you do insist on coming with us, might I just give you a once-over? I am a doctor, and I just want to make sure you are healthy enough to be doing something quite stressful as what we do. And ideally, I would like to give him like an actual once-over, like a checkup, but also kind of guide him into putting down the book and the plate while I can like check his pulse and yada.
Absolutely. You're able to, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it, guide him into sort of setting down that plate and the book on like a side table, giving him a once over. And he seems healthy enough, just like a little. How in touch is Cornelius with bleed?
He is not as in touch as he is with like a basic human illness, but he does research it enough to know the signs of someone touched by it.
Give me a sense roll, if you would, as you're giving him your once over.
Okay.
I just want to say really quickly before it gets too far, the reason I asked how they were reacting, I don't think Gideon knows Lazarus well enough in this way to get any read on it, but you would see their hands almost flex. You would see their arm, the muscle in it tense up as if he was going to make an action if need be. So this person didn't come. But seeing this, his body tenses. The tenseness goes away and he steps back. He's not an investigator like they are. He's here for very specific reasons. So if he needs to give him a once-over, then that's what's going to happen.
I'm going to use 2 drive because I'm actually not good at sense.
Wait.
I mean, you could have one of your circle members assist you in the roll, and they could spend the drive.
I would.
You know what? I'll get, because I had him before, so I'll be the one giving him to you, and I do have
a drive and
I have no drive.
I surely do.
I don't. So
I will give you that because I'm not going to use it.
Right. Okay, and I will use one of my own, so it'll be 2. That is a 4.
Okay. There is almost like he's been touched. So a piece of his. It almost feels like a piece of his soul has been sapped. And you can like sense the bleed on him, but it doesn't seem to be like, other than just like that little, he's not quite whole. Healthy as a horse. But that inner spirit is a little for lack of a better word, fucky wucky.
Cool. I'm going to tell him that, kind of almost out of my ass. It seems like whatever spiritual is happening here has affected you in a way that I'm concerned about your heart. If I think it might be better if you take a seat, rest. This has just happened to you. Shock is something that we really need to be cautious of here. And let us go down to the cracked lens. And I promise you, we will report back with any information we have.
If anything has hurt my heart, it is the loss of my wife.
And grief makes you do things that are far beyond your character.
I have to see this through.
And you will.
Then we go.
But where, then, if she were to come back home and she were not able to find you here, what do you think she might do? Especially lost in the afterlife? If that is what's happening, you know, it is said that if we are not buried, covering our mouths, our spirit escapes us. We have to find the body and make sure the spirit stays with the body. It is our greatest duty to the dead.
While I appreciate your thought and care for my well-being, I need answers too. I do believe I have to insist.
So silly of me. I've lost my mother back some time ago, and it still affects me and my father very greatly. It's silly to argue about this. I am so sorry for trying to sway you another way. And as Mari is saying this from her open book with all of her little components and stuff in it, she's going to surreptitiously palm a vial and close the book, pick the book up, and go to stand by Lazarus and palm a vial into his hand that is effectively chloroform.
So here's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
It happens again. There is a beat for beat energy to Lazarus. And the second he gets the okay, it's not chloroform. Arm is a round neck, and I'm going to put him to sleep.
Give me
Sleeper hold,
a
thick.
strike roll. Feels like the best. Or I'll give you striker control, because you're not trying to kill him or hurt him.
It's strike.
Yeah, I figured.
I will, just because I can, because I have so many of it, I'm going to put a drive into this as well. It's also my gilded ability. So,
As your doctor, I do suggest that you say, okay. No.
So funnily enough, I did get a 6, but my gilded dice is a 1, and I want to take it so badly, but I'm not going to. I got to
take the one.
No.
You snap his neck.
I shan't. This is my best skill. I shan't. Not yet. Not until I need to.
Like almost in the middle of talking, he doesn't even clock Lazarus shifting behind him, almost like a shadow. And there is just like almost in the middle of speaking, just a, and then just the eyes roll back.
I would say while this distraction was happening, Gideon was trying to basically take the picture and like sticky fingers it, but then like looks over, sees that there's like a scuffle, and he's like, well, don't need to be distracted anymore. And then he's like, yoink.
And I will say, as he is put to sleep, and I make sure, and there's a moment where he stays there, and you all might think, if you don't know him well enough, that he might hold that a bit too long, but based on when he got there at 5 o'clock on the dot, you know that he understands these things very well. And as he releases, almost in that same fell swoop, he lifts him up cradle style, and is going to carry him to his bed. So at the very least, he wakes up in his bed. Maybe he thought he had a bad dream.
I will check up on him before we leave the house as well to make sure they're knowing that Lazarus has probably done this more times than Cornelius is comfortable with, but just double checking to make sure that there's no actual long-term damage done.
Oh yeah, no, he's still breathing. He's just solidly unconscious.
Okay.
Um,
It is starting already like this. Okay, that's fine.
you do see that plate with the photo and that record book sort of sitting on that side table.
Yeah, can I kind of go through the record book that has all the previous pictures that he took?
It's
Just
not
like
a
see how many
previous
things we're working with.
pictures. It is a list of names, and he basically like wrote down the name of every photo he's taken, and there's quite a few between like the most recent entry that is Nora, and then the hounds, and then there's several other names that you don't clock off the rip as like familiar names, other than like maybe if you read the paper you would like have seen their names in obituaries, but there's a few. There's a mortuary photographer. That was his whole gig.
Gotcha. Gideon has like a little like a debt book because he keeps a tight ship. And he writes down everybody that he's ever sold something to, if they owe him money, etc. So he kind of quickly goes to the back of that little black book and writes down some of the names just to keep them fresh. He's gonna go back to the group and just be like, so there's a fair amount of people on this list, and we might have more dead people walking around.
Dear, anybody familiar to you?
No one to me specifically. Obviously not one of my clientele. Bad taste.
I
but-
will say there is one name on there that's someone who definitely owes you money. I'll give you a Hugo Garcia.
Fucking Hugo is on here though. That asshole owes me fucking money.
All right,
Well,
next
I
Candela
believe-
game. Someone needs to play Hugo.
Is Hugo dead?
Yeah, I was like, is his name like a paid for a photo or took a photo of Hugo because he's
Took
dead?
a photo of Hugo because he's dead.
All right, this is a past Candela game. Like, let it happen. Jesus.
How did Hugo die?
Yeah, so so Gideon's just gonna strike Hugo's name like off of his book, and he's like, "Guess I'm not even getting that fucking money." He's gonna like close it and like grumble to himself.
You are not resorting to collecting from family members. I am very proud of you, Mr. Thorne.
You know what, Mari? I'm trying out this new thing where I turn over one of them leaves. You know?
Forgiveness, I think they call.
Yeah. Kinda. Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Mari is going to take out a peculiar looking encrusted stone. It's almost like if selenite and opal had a baby. A pale stone that's almost clear until it activates. This is her divination tool that she uses to commune with what's around her. And placing this in her palm and another hand on the photo of the Nora looking hungry, she's going to relax the barriers of her mind. She takes a brief tincture of herbs to allow her to open up further, and she's attempting to commune with Nora and ask, "Where are you?"
Okay. Give me. Yeah, it's gonna be sense. Give me a sense roll. I will say this would be a high stakes roll.
Oh my
I will
God,
use
please.
a drive. I will use a drive.
Please.
I'm rolling.
I will give you a drive as well.
Is that 2 extras?
Remember, you can't exceed a pool of 6, so you can't have more than 6 dice.
That would put me at 6 die.
Jesus.
Cool.
All right. That was a 6.
Just 1 6?
Just 1 6.
Good. We need it all.
And you're communing to ask Nora specifically where she is.
Yes.
There is an energy that comes back and just sort of takes you over for a brief moment, like a spirit sort of finding its way to you. And you get back Sacred Ascension.
Sacred Ascension.
And as you say the name, I would assume that, I don't know if Mari would be familiar with it because she's not probably spent time in the groundswell. But Lazarus and Cornelius probably have, and definitely Gideon. And you would know that to be the name of Sacred Ascension Cemetery.
Is this, for lack of a better word, just the cemetery of New Fair, or is this a very specific type?
This is where the not super fancy rich people go to get buried.
Heard. No, that's what I needed to know.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're probably coming back down as the commune is happening.
Yeah.
So hearing that, just
Nora, if this is you, then what or who is in your body?
There is a wordless confusion that you get back. It's almost like the spirit doesn't understand how to answer the question.
My hand leaves the photo and wanders over to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
As I place a hand on it.
Yeah. I'm touching it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
Are you just touching the camera, or are you...
I have the stone, my divination tool. I have the camera. My walls and barriers are down.
Yeah.
I'm communing at high risk.
As you take another point of bleed, there is an overwhelming sense that you get from the spirit that is just hunger. To live, to breathe requires life. Life must be consumed. And then there is a severing as a warmth that feels kind of like blood almost slides down your throat, as you can kind of sense that the spirit you've communed with is just... Do I need to put the pieces together for you?
Yeah, I think at that and to save from any gagging noises, there is a lot of coughing, a lot of wheezing. I am crumpled over. Mari is crumpled over onto her knees, onto the floor, and in the throng of that, she saw just like the glimpse of brief darkness over her head as Sen reaches out to push over this camera away from her. And she is on the floor, so is the camera.
I'll run over to Mari. Okay,
Reaching.
Mari, that's enough until we get more information.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You do not sound fine.
Does anyone keep alcohol on them?
probably for vastly different reasons, but
Yeah, all of us do for vastly different reasons.
I'm so fine. If I could I please just have 2, 3. Please drink.
Okay.
You are muted.
That makes sense why you can't hear me. Gideon hands you a flask, but it has alcohol. Well, so it has something in it called his anti-bleed tonic, which is like something that he is like created and concocted and has been selling as merchandise. And yeah, there's definitely an active ingredient of alcohol in it as well. But
Is it like hooch?
Yes, it's essentially like a mixture of like gin and other botanicals, but he's calling it his anti-gin tonic or his anti-bleed tonic.
Oh boy.
What might be surprising for you is Mari takes it and starts drinking it as it's water, and at the realization that it's not, scrunches her nose up just a little bit, but does not have trouble taking it down the gullet as it were.
Yeah, Gideon's gonna be like, impressive, Mari. I didn't know you partied like that.
Oh, I don't. I just, it's tradition. It's in the blood. And we'll hand the flask back to you.
Seeing that Cornelius got her up before Lazarus did, and I don't think it's like a competition, but Cornelius got her because she looked hurt. Flask was given. I'm finding like a sheet or something that has a bit of mass to it, and I'm going to cover that camera because we need to take that camera with us.
Yeah, no, easily enough to do. There's definitely linens in cupboards nearby, so you're able to grab a sheet of some sort of wrap the camera and bring it with you.
And if there's maybe like one of those, it's not a suitcase, but it's one of those bigger bags. It's gonna have that wrapped and put into that.
You can sort of see near the camera is like a case in which Oscar would have kept it.
No, I don't trust that. So again, I don't know bleed like that, so that's probably bleeding too. Like I'm allergic. Get that O negative away from me. So like I'm gonna go get a different bag just in case.
Definitely, you were able to find like a little like for lack of a word, Gilded Age duffel. That's what we're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll grab that and we'll be the one holding on to this because and the look that Mari would get from Lazarus is two things at once. I don't know what you can do, so I will always respect what you can do, and I will never try to supersede like your intentions. However, that's strike two.
It says it needs to consume to live again, and she'll really go into a very like focus light state of looking at the floor and reciting every specific detail that she encountered, and then coming back to presence a little bit. As much as it is for her, she always looks like she's wandering in a dream a bit.
Okay, based on what you've told us, this picture and the condition of that man, I have a half a mind to believe that his wife did feed a little bit on him. So, Mari, I know you've just gone through a lot, but I don't know if there's anything here you can protect him, a ward of some sort.
I've got plenty of those.
If you can work together with Gideon and hopefully protect this man from getting, I guess, consumed by his wife, I think that's the best thing for him.
Surprising as it is, Gideon has strong intention in his work, and therefore it does have effectiveness. I have some grounding herbs that I can do to assist in the wards.
Thank you, Mari.
You are welcome. That was almost like it's hard for her to admit a little bit.
You guys are able to ward as best you can. What are you doing? Because you do know that the man upstairs will wake up eventually. He is not asleep indefinitely.
Okay.
What you got? What you got?
No, but he could be. He could be. No.
Don't kill that man.
No, I ain't say that. I ain't say that at all. Comas exist.
Not the goal here.
Comas exist is wild work.
No.
Coming from the man
Wild
who was
work.
handed chloroform and then choked a dude out anyways.
You're correct. Hey, that means we still have that chloroform for later.
That is valid.
Yeah, fair.
I will just say the only other thing, because there's really nothing else here that
Yeah.
Lazarus feels comfortable with. We need to get to the cracked lens. Get this back really first. I don't know if he wants to bring it to the cracked lens. Well, and if they want to, that's one thing. Only other thing is that card was taken out.
Oh,
Of
I
that man's
assumed you
pocket.
took it as soon as you
I did.
laid him down in bed. Yeah, I'm
Thank
not
you.
stupid.
Thank you. Her. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you were able to remove the card from the pocket. He was unconscious and in your arms. You don't have to roll for that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So are we heading to
God,
the
I wish that were me.
the cracked lens?
Yeah, I would say that like he puts like a pin, like a silver lapel pin, like through his pocket jacket and realizes that the business card isn't there anymore. So Gideon opens his little thing, but he puts a business card in there, but it just says Gideon Thorne, salesman. And he pops that one in there. But then
Fantastic.
and then, you know, puts a silver lapel on there just because silver's good for an anti-ward. He has a
Brand
couple of
strong.
like those brass coins. He kind of puts them in power places of the house, and then draws some like chalk symbols that, you know, are proprietary and probably have no value at all, but, you know, across the door frame, and leaves a note saying like, your house has been warded. $50 can be made to Gideon Thorne upon
You're gonna
receipt.
charge this man?
Hell yeah.
In the book. Put him in the book.
I just
This
can't
ain't
say
cheap.
no.
So I assume we're going to the cracked lens. That is where we're all headed. With a speedy crossfade, we are able to leave Oscar Enfield's house, and you find yourselves at the cracked lens, a diminutive camera repair and supply shop. You see a sign for it that literally looks like a lens of a camera that's been cracked. And underneath it says owner Sarah Khalil. And as you open the door, it is filled to the brim, but neatly organized. Cameras of every stripe, assorted chemicals, lenses galore, and behind the desk, with massive eyes that are enlarged by magnifying loops, you would see an older woman with a very short braid, average build, lots of jewelry, and she just looks up at you, her eyes looking even bigger as she looks through the loops at all of you. Yes.
Sarah, so
Oh,
good to see you
fucking hell.
again. Oh, that's no way to greet your old friend. It's
You know
good
what?
to see you.
What piece of horse shit have you brought to hawk at me now?
Oh, it's not horseshit at all. We've got we actually wanted to follow up on a repair you might have done for a Mr. Oscar Enfield. You know, one of them camera guys for, you know, dead people.
Oscar's camera, excellent work. I did a magnificent. Is there something wrong with it? I thought I fixed it. And then guts were a mess when I opened it up, but I had some old parts and a prime lens that fit.
Yeah, there's something a little off about it. That maybe we can. Where did you source the parts for this fine equipment?
I got them from a box of my grandfather's things. He owned the shop before me. Lots of old parts. Still sorting through all of it. I think I still have the box where I found it.
Yeah, it would be great if we could see the box, just to see the, you know, make and model of, you know, all that stuff.
Oh, I mean, so who are your friends? Sorry.
Oh yeah. This is my buddy. This is my buddy Cornelius. He's a well-to-do doctor type. So if you ever need, you know, I know sometimes you get that lingering cough. You gotta talk to my buddy Cornelius over here. He's gonna help you out.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
the sour-looking one and the one that looks like he could kill me. Are you going to kill me? What have I done?
Well, this is Laz. Laz is a great guy. He won't kill you. You know, maybe with those devilish good looks.
This is a camera shop. Are there any pictures in here?
No, it's mostly like camera gear and equipment.
No, I think he's letting Gideon probably leave this. So if anything, he's like looking out the window, and it's like looking at the birds.
Excellent. Yeah, you know, my buddy Lazarus, he won't kill you only with those devilish good looks. And over here, this is Mari. Mari is,
Please, my name is Mariama Palace. It is pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Absolute pleasure. Is this about Oscar's camera? Did he sell it to you, or do you have? Can I look at it if there's something wrong with it?
I think it's best if we kind of see what the material boxes you were kind of working with, your grandfather was working with, because the camera's been a little bit on the fritz. We're not exactly sure what's wrong with it right now.
Give me
It's
a
actually
sway roll.
You got it. You got it. You
That's
got it.
fair.
All right. Okay. A 5.
Oh, she looks at you and like readjusts the glasses and then like slides the loops sort of like up, so it's just like still giant eyes behind glasses because they're thick lenses, but not quite as big. She's not looking through the loops anymore. I think it's still in the back. I can take you there. Come. It's a tight squeeze. This is organized. I'm working. This is done. Back there. Let's come on. And she'll sort of like lift open that like latch in the desk so that you can kind of come through. And as you come into the back, it is so many boxes. Disorganized kind of chaos, complete opposite of what you saw in the front of the shop. And you would see like on a workbench there is sort of a half open box with just sort of like still open. There still seems to be things inside of it. What would you like to do? She just points to it. She's like, that's where I found it. It's a good lens. Rather intricately carved. If I recall correctly, there was sort of runes and things installed perfectly. Perfect fit.
Runes in the lens?
Grandfather was incredible. He was an incredible camera person and knew how to really get the light to reflect in a way that's sort of, again,
Is that not normal? Is that or is that regular
I never
for
carved
lenses?
lenses myself. That's not my.
Okay.
I'm newer to the craft, but I can repair a camera like no one's business.
I understand. Okay, cool. Is your grandfather what did he do other than craft lenses? Did he travel?
Well, he ran the shop. Took pictures for people. Insisted I take it over. Passed away probably a little younger than one would like to see of someone they care about, but in peace, I believe.
Well, sorry for your loss. Did he ever tell you where he might have gotten this particular set of pots from a camera or no?
Not specifically. It was just in the box. Didn't like. I found it in an open box.
Okay.
Found lens, installed lens. So I was just looking for a lens that would fit, and it happened to fit.
Can I like search the box a little bit? And, like, see what's in there?
Absolutely. Give me a survey roll.
I rolled a 3.
Fantastic. As you're sort of digging through this box, there is a moment where it first sort of feels like an electrical shock. How familiar is Gideon with bleed?
Only not well. No. He
Um,
sells the tonic, but he used to know what it's about. No.
So, how do you think Gideon would process feeling bleed? Specifically, as I need you to take a bleed mark for me.
Okay. I would say that he sort of like feels like a feeling of like crushing dread, and like all the color kind of drains from his face for a second, and he might be familiar with like this feeling potentially, but like he doesn't really know how to place it. And he just like more normally like he's a smooth talker kind of guy. And I would say that he kind of like he stutters, like he stops. He's like he might even be like, oh shit. And like say something out loud.
I would love to add that the last time you felt something like this was when your sister went missing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Gideon's just gonna be like, Mari, you might want to come over here. There's some shit.
Yes. Okay. Take a look over with my own eyes, my special senses.
As someone who is very attuned to bleed, you can sort of see the remnants of bleed sort of coming off of this box.
The entire box.
The entire box.
And with the camera, when I did touch it, did it feel like one part of the camera was more bleed concentrated than the other, like the lens versus the body?
Yeah, definitely the lens more than the body.
Okay. So, Miss Khalil, this is where you found the lens in this box?
Yeah, it was like wrapped in some fabric. Although the box looks like it should be deeper, but it's not. It's weird. I just assume it's maybe there's padding or something. I don't know. Didn't really fully look into it. Just.
I'm immediately searching this box. I'm gonna pull out some gloves from my book, and then I'm going to start looking for a secret latch, false bottom.
What?
Pressing, prodding.
That's crazy.
Takes a hairpin out, like presses it. If there's like a little like latch of like.
After clocking that between what Gideon said, her information, and then your familiarity with bleed, it does not take you long to sort of hear a little click as a latch in the bottom of the box sort of opens, and you find a bunch of writings and drawings, but most notably a blueprint.
Sorry, I was just thinking about the blueprints game. I'm going, with my gloves on, I am going to take it out and allowing anyone who wants to over my shoulder start to kind of thumb through the papers. And if the blueprint looks the most interesting, then we can start there.
On the blueprint, it's got rather an elaborate drawing of what looks like a camera lens and the runes on it. On the bottom, it says specifically the Eye of Emrys is the name that is written. And then as you flip to the research, you notice a warning, sort of. And as you're reading through, you read that Sarah's grandfather purposefully broke the camera, and it details the harrowing experience of the time he tried to use it. A body he photographed belonging to a recently deceased father named Joseph Vieno. And then it reads specifically, in the blink, the priest awakened from the dead and grabbed hold of me. Father Vieno pressed his face up against mine, his teeth clicking hungrily. He let out a rasp and began to inhale. I felt my very essence being torn asunder, pulled into the nightmarish maw of this animated corpse. To this day, I still feel a piece of myself missing. My sense of self-preservation outstripped my sense of dread, and I threw him off me. And in the scuffle, we knocked the eye. Falling caused the camera to go off, and the body went limp in my arms. This device can awaken the dead, but it seems that it can also send them back. It's too dangerous, and it must be destroyed. The consequences of cavalier misuse cannot be overstated.
I am immediately handing that off to who would reach for it out of the three?
I think Cornelius would be interested in it.
Definitely not Gideon, because he just got his hand burnt. He's like, I don't want to touch it. I don't even care what it is. He's slugging down his tonic.
I will hand that off, and the rest of the papers. I think I know where we need to go next. And as others look through the material, I'm going to go into the portion of my book that is a book any journal of notes that I've taken about my training in the occult, and I'm going to see if I can find any of these runes or reference to the Eye of Emerus. I'm using my occult text.
One second. One more time. Can you run that back for me?
Yeah, as they're looking through the papers that I just handed off as well, I'm going to look in my occult text as part of my gear to see if I have any notes on either the Eye of Emrys, the origin, or what these runes could possibly mean.
This is the first time that you've ever heard that name before, and the runes seem to be in reference to a ritual sort of written in the notes, as well, just describing, the act of basically how to animate the dead and put them back. But as you are doing all of that research, all of that looking, you are interrupted by loud screaming outside.
So I want to say that Lazarus did not go further in with them. He's been almost zoning out, staring at those pigeons for a while, still with the camera. A little less on duty just for a moment, as these birds seem to be a sense of peace for him. So whatever's happening, he was just zoned out for a second, but he is at the window, at the door.
Then our camera sort of shifts from that research in the back to Lazarus's perspective, looking out at the pigeons. And then you hear the scream first before you see it. As loudly you hear the sound of citizens screaming, "The dead are rising!" And down the street, you see a pack of rather disheveled, broken, bleeding hounds running for this shop in your direction. And that is where we will go to break. and the sound of barking echoes through the streets, mixed with the sounds and screaming of citizens as the words "the dead are rising," as we see a pack of, or specifically Lazarus sees a pack of ravenous undead racing hounds, looking at you with cold, dead eyes, mouths dripping with blood and viscera from a fresh kill, and they are bearing down. Because I'm assuming you would have moved outside hearing the commotion.
Yes.
They are bearing down
Um,
the street. It doesn't look like they're bearing down
Yes.
specifically at you, but just in general, they're like coming down the street.
Yeah. And seeing that something clicks. And
The
you
camera.
all would hear no, you all would hear two different things. Heads up! And then a gunshot. As Lazarus pulls out that gun. It's not an AK, I don't want to say that, but it's something a little sturdier than just like a little noisy cricket pistol. As more importantly, I'm going to get in the middle of the street ish, away from the building, but also getting the attention of the hounds so the average citizen can get the heck away.
They all appear to be running, but in the back of the shop, you guys all hear the sound of barking, screaming. Lazarus is held the shout, and then a gunshot.
Yeah, I'd run outside to see if anyone was hit by a bullet, like a
Um,
person.
You would see that Lazarus in the middle of the street, a pack of 6
Just
dogs. um, give me a strike roll, Lazarus.
to be fair, should I do control because that's the shoot mechanic?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, first time running
No,
Candela.
to be fair, I would
Yeah.
do strike. It's my better roll.
Yeah, no,
but
we'll do control. It says specifically control is for shooting, so
Yeah,
yes, this would
it-
be control.
I'm gonna use a drive here. I'm not gonna use too many I would use 2. Because this is kind of important. All right, show me potato salad. A 5.
You hit one of the dogs,
Yeah.
just sort of like in the back, and it is still coming. It definitely like took the shot,
Yeah.
but now it's focused on you.
I'm not gonna run like away from the group necessarily, but I am going to intentionally get its attention to not be towards door and crackle in. So if they're over here and the dog's coming, I'm coming on this side now. So it veers this way.
Cornelius, as you get to the door, you see that shot go off, or you hear like see Lazarus moving, and that dog like turning and bearing down specifically on him, and the other dog sort of hounding in that direction. Gideon and Mari, what are you doing inside? As Sarah, Miss Khalil, just sort of looks at you quizzically, just like, I'm sorry, what? Do you bring someone to my shop and they immediately start shooting things outside of my shop? What is happening?
No, it's somebody outside probably. You should probably go in the back room, shut the door, do not let anyone else in, do not touch that box. Where's the Gideon, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure thing, Mari. Let's take this outside. And then we'll like Gideon will kind of like go over and be like, "What do we need to do?"
I'm like still inside the shop. I'm looking for the wrapped fabric camera that Lazarus, I'm hoping, put down somewhere. It's just
I surely did. It is at the door.
the dogs and the camera, and he says in the paper, you click dead, click back to life. So we need to click.
I'm tracking. Gideon like throws the canvas off. Like we'll go set the camera up, and like throw the canvas off, and
Don't
just
touch
be
the
like,
lens. Just touch the body.
okay. So Gideon's like trying to get the camera ready, and then he like he's like, okay, you'll press the button, and I'll open the door, and then we'll the house go bye-bye.
We have to make sure it's only the dogs in there. We cannot catch another living person in this shot. It has to only be the dogs.
Okay, we just gotta yell Lazarus, get the fuck out of the way, huh?
I'm going to go out there. You stay with the camera ready. You are so quick. You are so fast. You are going to be able to take the camera picture when it's right. Okay?
Yeah, fuck it.
Great, so we have that conversation. I'm ready. I'm getting ready to go outside to where Lazarus and Cornelius are.
Do you grab any plates for the camera from the camera shop before you leave? And if so,
Yes.
how many do you grab?
I'm gonna grab like 6 or 7.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Everyone takes.
That's
a point
marketing.
Brain. Everyone takes a point brain. Everyone takes
That's
point brain.
marketing.
We got 6-7 in our Candela game.
Gideon died.
No.
Happy belated 6-7 day to all who celebrate. Yesterday was wild.
No.
That's right.
Cheers to
And then
6-9 tomorrow.
Tomorrow's 6-9, so you can. The night's young. You can celebrate that.
I actually take 3 brain and I die. We're dead. Game over.
3 brain
7
on
brain.
stream?
6 or 7.
That's
brain.
crazy.
Crazy.
So you're moving outside with the camera, and fuck, I'm saying 7 plates, and you're trying to take a shot of the dogs, trying to get all of them in a shot.
Trying to
so
get all in the
currently-
shot.
Currently, the way that the hounds are positioned, Lazarus is also still in the shot.
Okay, I will take the camera and kind of like shuffle down this way, so I'm more like rather than being parallel, I'm more perpendicular. So I'm trying to get it from the side.
Okay. Give me a move roll just to see if you can move without drawing their attention. And Lazarus, can you take a point of body for me as one of these dogs, that one that you shot, runs up and just sort of clamps itself on your arm?
Yeah. As it clamps, while he's really good with a gun. He's really good with his gun. He's kind of better with his hands.
You
And
about to punch a fucking dog?
no, I would never. I would not punch a zombified hound. What I will do is take maw and rip.
Yeah,
Like a Beyblade.
that's a strike roll. Give me a strike roll, please.
Grip it and rip it, brother.
Surely well.
I got a
need to
5 for my
do
move.
Fantastic.
that. Go. Should I be a problem?
Oh, that's up to you, babe.
I could have done a sneak and used hide, and then used a gilded dice.
I would say with the commotion and thing, yeah, I'll allow you to take that roll as sneak if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a problem. I'm gonna keep this too, but it's my goated dice.
Fantastic. Noted. You stick your hand in the jaw of this mouth, the dog's mouth, and go to pull. And you can feel those teeth just digging further into your hand. Which will circle us back to Gideon. What is your sneak roll, if we're gonna do it that way?
Sure.
That is going to affect how things play out. I will say this is high stakes.
A 5. And it's my
Cool.
gilded dice, so I'll get a drive
You are
back.
able to shift a little bit out of the direction. The dogs don't even clock you moving. However, there is no way to take this photo without Lazarus being in it.
Can I?
Ari,
try
I need a better angle. There's a real person in that shit.
Cornelius, it looks like you have an idea, and I also have an idea that involves you. You want to go first?
Sure. I think just like watching Lazarus be attacked by these dogs, I am going to take the bleed containment jar
That
And
has
just
a rabbit in it.
Yes, and just like yeet it into the middle. I see Gideon with the camera, and I'm trying to put two and two together. So I'm
Before
gonna
you
throw it in
do-
like yeah,
Wait!
go for it.
Mari runs over to you with a bag of herbs. Open it. And I'm going to pour aniseed on top of this rabbit corpse before Cornelius slings it into the throng of dogs. Aniseed is the canine equivalent of catnip and is known to attract the senses.
Sick.
That's
You're an icon.
brilliant. I
Thanks
was
to work as
That's
an
so
apothecary.
Why the
So
fuck
much
do you
better.
have
So I was like,
that?
I don't know.
Because That's too cool.
I was like,
not
I don't
to
know
do.
how much they're gonna be attracted to
No,
a dead
no,
rabbit, but I'm gonna
that's
throw
brilliant.
a dead rabbit with this aniseed on
give
it and just
me-
whistle.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
whistle, Brad.
Give me
You can't. Cornelius can.
control to see if you can get this into a position that would get them far enough away from Lazarus.
I will help with my. You can take a drive from me.
Okay. Perfect.
I can use a skill from Slink called Saw This Coming, and I can add a +1 die to your roll without spending drive. By saying how I describe you, how I can help you with something that I brought.
Okay.
So I would say maybe inside of my little bag of tricks, there's like a mirror that you can maybe use as like a flashing beacon to help get the dog's attention. And
Okay.
we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
How
So
many
that's,
dice are you rolling?
That's one for each of them. Then that's
Mm-hmm.
4 total.
Okay. This is a high stakes roll.
I figured. Um, Yo, that's so bad. I rolled 3 1s and a 2.
Well,
I will give you a choice here.
Okay.
That's never not ominous, isn't it? So these are the options you have. You can throw the jar. It's not going to be enough to get them fully out of Lazarus, out of the shot. Or, as you're throwing it, you can realize that there's not going to be a good angle, and you throw yourself in there to effectively distract them away from Lazarus.
Yeah, I think when it realizes it's not happening, I think he instinctively just runs and starts clapping.
let me do my job.
that does-
Let me do my job.
I mean, I don't know how well Lazarus is taking care of these dogs, but
The one that's sort of clamped down on you, Lazarus, you see it like sort of release its teeth a little bit to go to pull away at the scent of the rabbit and also the light, and this person and the hounds sort of turn and just start barreling down on Cornelius. Gideon, there is a brief moment where you're going to be able to take a shot, but I would love for you to just roll me a d6 to see if you're going to be able to fire the shot before Cornelius gets bit. You are muted. This is not a specific.
I don't get to use my shoot or anything. It's just a raw
shoot or
d6.
anything. This is just a raw d6, babe.
Can I offer an assist with story justification?
Hit me.
I would like to try and take focus for this pack of dogs by making myself look as big as possible and feeling my shadow sand rise behind me and growling in absolute dominance and confidence. I call this one the Caesar Milan. And I say, halt! Sit!
I will allow you to roll 2d6.
A 3 and a 5.
There's a moment where these hounds are bearing down on you, Cornelius, rabid, mouths agape, and you're not sure if the flash is coming. You don't know. You can't tell. And as you see one of them, their mouth opening, dripping with spittle, as it looks not very far from your face, leaping into the air, where this street is illuminated by a brilliant flash. And as the flash dissipates, laying on the ground is a pack of dead dogs.
He gets up slowly. Good shot.
Thank you.
And Gideon, you notice you now have 6 remaining, basically shots of this camera.
Mari very calmly goes back to her book, pulls out some bandages, not a lot, but some small little roll of gauze, and immediately goes over to Lazarus.
Lazarus backs away. Just for a second, I think there is. I'm not gonna call it fear. And in an odd way, I'm not going to call it worry. But as a soldier, a lot could have went wrong with what just happened. Even if he got hurt, he was willing to take that. And so everything that happened on top of that, the tactfulness left. And for a moment, just the chaos of it all, you almost see his eyes dilate just for a bit before you.
She takes in that breath with you.
Is it done?
We're here. You're here. May I please have your flask?
It's on the ground.
Thank you. May I? Gesturing to your arm that was bitten.
Yeah. It's forceful. That the button was on, but he has ripped it back to reveal that kind of pulsing wound. He's not really reacting to the bite as much as he's reacting to what could have happened. I don't know how close Cornelius is, but it's not even like adrenaline. He's just not really reacting to the bite.
As Mari disinfects with the alcohol and starts to wrap, she'll say, I smell the dust stirred up by the dogs. What do you smell?
Should I smell something specific? I smell the trees.
You smell the trees. Good. Good. I see a window pane. I can see our reflection in it. What do you see?
I see your brooch. It's pretty.
Thank you. I feel these gauze under my fingertips. It feels familiar, comforting. What do you feel?
I don't feel anything.
Not even the gentle brush of your clothes against your skin? The wind on your face? Come on, Lazarus, what do you feel? And she brushes her fingers, tying and fastening the gauze of your arm.
It's the only one you don't get a response to. I think he focuses on the wrapping, and he's still making sure that everyone's okay. But that question did not get an answer.
Well, she takes a swig from your flask before handing it to you. I taste what's in this flask?
It's what is the new fair equivalent of Everclear?
I don't have our lore keeper on call, so can we put a
Great, it's-
TBD? But effectively, the new fair equivalent of Everclear. We'll just call it
Or-
that for now.
Great, clear ever. Got it.
The never clear.
The never clear.
Never clear.
Never
Oh,
clear.
Never clear.
Done.
Damn.
Done.
I love that.
Sorry, Mercer. Never clear.
I taste another clear. What do you taste? And she hands it up to you.
He takes a long swig of it. And for a moment, you know he wants to say nothing until he starts to cough. Hot. Oh. Okay.
For a brief moment, there is silence in the street. People sort of like look over, and then the way people do once the threat is gone and the damage is left, they just sort of go about their day. A couple of people sort of mingle. You see like a small child sort of like poking one of the dogs with like a stick. And then in the distance, looking around now, properly getting a bearings, you realize that you're not far from the Sacred Ascension Cemetery, where a part of that is dedicated for pets. And you hear a bell. Probably the bell of a freshly buried safety coffin begin to ring.
Oh boy.
What would you like to do?
Cornelius is gonna get up and, like, kind of straighten himself out. And did I take any
No.
arm or cool? Good shot, idiot.
Or let me
he'll take a-
rephrase. Not that you're aware of.
Okay, fair. He's gonna go up to Lazarus. Normally, when someone gets hurt, Cornelius is very urgent, but he slowly walks up to Lazarus, looks at his bandage, and he just asks him, "Are you good?"
Yeah. The little bird is learning.
Yeah. Keep me updated if it's anything I can assist with.
How did the wound look?
Like a like a dog bite. A nasty dog bite. But like a dog
Chompy.
bite. Chompy. It like fully like wrapped around your arm.
Oof. Nothing like a war scar.
Mhm.
I
I'm
think
fine.
Gideon's gonna like run over at this point, like, and step over the dog bodies, and then just sort of like laugh really loud, like a loud cackle, be like, "Holy shit, guys, we almost fucking died!"
As you say that, you hear a second bell.
Oh god. Gideon, I think you're gonna need to use that camera again.
He's gonna like take the plate out and like show it to the group. What does the plate look like picture wise? Like what was the moment that's been imprinted on it?
The moment that's been imprinted is effectively the dogs in mid-flight leaping towards Cornelius. And you don't quite see Cornelius in the shot, but you do see what is unmistakably Cornelius's hand. And Cornelius, as you see your hand on there, looking down at your hand, you notice that along the tips of your fingers, it has sort of been blackened, and I would like you to take a mark of bleed, please.
Ooh.
Got that.
Mixed success, baby.
Yeah. And I would say at that
Ooh.
point Gideon goes like, sorry, Cornelius. I really tried to do my best here, but it looks like I got your fingies in the shot.
It could have been a lot worse. So thank you, seriously, Gideon. Thank you.
I mean, they look kind of cool.
Yeah, sure. It's probably fine.
I mean, you might want to wear gloves, like next time you like check a patient out. They might get freaked out with like kind of weird necrotic looking fingers, but
You
That's
hear
just
the
I
sound
will-
of a third bell in the distance.
I will do that. I think we need to check out the cemetery. Mari, do you feel anything?
These bells are abnormal, yes?
You would know that when people are buried, they're usually buried at sort of as tradition, just in case that person wasn't actually dead, with a safety bell. So that way, if they were to dig their way out of their grave,
That kind of bell.
Oh,
it's that kind of bell,
Oh,
baby.
Okay.
book it.
To the cemetery.
Safety bell.
Her, I don't know why I thought it was like a morning, like,
Nah, babe. That's
no.
safety bell.
Okay, heard.
That's the
I
I'm
understand
not
what's
dead
happening.
bell.
I am not dead yet. Yeah,
And
got
does
it.
it look like everyone can hear this bell, or is it just
Oh
us?
yeah, everyone can hear the
Okay.
bell. You can see like people are sort of like looking towards the cemetery, and it does look like there's some people starting to head that direction.
I will quickly go grab my book and everything. And that box that the camera came in, that's not. Is that too big to take with us?
Probably, but you could come back for it later. It could be something you could collect later if you wanted.
As I grab my book, I will just mention to Sarah, like, Sarah, it's okay, you can come out now, but please do not touch that box and do not get rid of it for anything. Just maybe close early, go take a bubble bath. It would be nice day for a bubble bath.
Get the fuck out of my store!
Bubble bell.
Sorry, that was rude. That was rude. My apologies.
It's
Please
okay.
Get respectfully, get the fuck out of my store.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Truly.
You need to come collect the box. And you just like as you're out of the door, just the door closes, and you hear like the latch and like that window sign flip. And as you guys are like shifting your attention towards the cemetery, you do see that there is now like a rather growing crowd starting to accumulate at the gates of the Sacred Ascension Cemetery.
And Lazarus starting to see that there's almost a roll of the eyes, if that was his style, but he doesn't roll his eyes. He will look at the three of you all. You all have the camera. Get there. I will hold these people off. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
No promises.
The look that you get, Gideon.
He says it, and then like he like sees you make the look, and then he sort of like looks a little sheepish. Like afterwards, like
As the three of you head off in the cemetery, Lazarus, there's a moment when you sort of lock in, and there is a shiver that sort of runs up your spine. Almost sort of like a familiar feeling of something coming home to rest as you shift into gear to work.
Yeah. There's a, not like a shaking or anything like that, but again, almost like a dilation of the eyes for a moment. Knuckles crack. And he's going to start heading towards the crowd. However he needs to keep them away.
Fantastic. And that is where we will leave Lazarus for the evening. We will see you next Monday, my love. Go do work things.
Thanks, buddy.
The three of you, as you're walking into the cemetery, you begin to notice the sounds of moaning and nails digging through the earth. And Gideon, you probably clock it. One of those disturbed graves, the name on it matches one of those names that you wrote down when you were copying down the list from...
it's not Hugo, is it?
It's not
Up at the
Hugo.
Still out there.
But you can hear more bells starting to ring as you are moving into the cemetery, and you can slowly see these creatures, moving in sort of jittering motions as they raise from the ground. And there is quite a plethora of them around you. Because having written down that list, you knew that you had written down about 12 to 15 names.
Got it. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to, as they're like still trying to get out of the grave, I'm gonna like angle the camera down to see if I can get like a large group of them to set up a shot.
Okay. Give me I'm gonna say this is move, not sneak. Because they've all clearly clocked you entering this cemetery.
Okay. I'm going to burn a drive for this. A 3.
The way at which they're reanimating, they're crawling out of the graves, the bell's still ringing. At most, you can get maybe 2 in the first shot that you're setting up.
All right. At this point, he's gonna call to his compatriots and be like, "I can get like 2 in this shot, but I only grabbed like 6 or 7 plates here.
Okay.
Do we want to like try to stage him? I don't know. You guys know puppetry? Can you juggle? Mar, are you a juggler?
No, but I do know something about the in-between. Cornelius, would you mind... I need your help.
What do you need?
First, sets up in the middle of where the shot would be, opens up the book, pulls out salt, and hands it to you and asks you, make a circle thick with salt around, big enough for both of us who be in here.
You got it. And I will do that.
Fantastic.
Great. And then I'm going to start setting up some, a little bowl with, I'm going to light some charcoal in it and start sprinkling herbs over, kind of an allure for the dead.
Okay.
Like an incense to draw them in, and one that smells scrumptious almost. Hunger seems to be a theme, so we're gonna try to lure it with that. After Cornelius is done with the salt circle, with your, do you have your scalpel?
Of course, yes. I'll hand her what she needs.
Just can you do it for me? I don't want to.
Do what?
Is offering her arm out in front of you to be cut.
Okay. Not too much, right?
I can take it. I'm stronger than I look, you know.
I know. And I will make an incision to get some blood out.
Give Mara, you're gonna take a body mark for that.
Mm-hmm. And it's going over in the ground and over the incense to kind of aromatize that.
Fantastic. You can hear the shambling and the digging of nails on dirt as these bodies are getting closer. Give me a sense roll to see if all of this elaborate setup that you have done is going to like sort of vibe check the zombies. Sounds weird, but that's the best wording I have right now.
I will use 2 drives for a total of 5 dice, 1 being gilded.
I can give you 1 drive if you only want to use 1.
Well, that could bring me to 6.
Okay, I will give you a drive regardless.
Thank you. And I am singing a song of the dead as well.
Okay.
Big money, big money, big money. That 1 6. 1 6.
1 6. There is a almost like slowly as they catch scent of the blood and the lures and the various things that you've placed. You see like heads and Gideon, you probably clock it first because you're looking through the lens of this camera to try to line up a shot. You can see that they're sort of drawn to the direction in which this blood has been spilled, this life essence, and they start heading in that direction. And there's probably a good cluster of about like 5 of them sort of narrowing down on Cornelius and Mari.
Okay.
Cornelius and Mari
Yeah.
are still in what would be the shot for right now, but there's a
Mhm.
cluster of them heading in that direction.
Okay. So I want to like sneak while they're distracted, sneak off to the side.
Mhm.
Is there like a higher like vantage point? Like, can I scale a grave or climb a tree or something to try to get like a better shot that's looking down and that would cut
I would
Mari
say
and
there's like
Cornelius out?
maybe like a little bit of a hill that'll give you a little bit more height, not a lot. This is, for lack of a better word, the poor people cemetery. Or
Right. So
the
there's no
less-
like sepulcher.
Yeah, there's not like a fancy like mausoleum and shit.
Mausoleum. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Is there a gate? Is it like a gated
Yeah,
cemetery?
there is a gate at the front.
Okay. I am going to try to line up the shot the best that I can.
Give me a sneak roll if you're trying to sneak around for higher ground. And I will say, I will let you add an additional die, even though it's not technically what the rules say you can do, but I think it's cool because Mari rolled really well on hers. So I'm going to give you an extra one because I can. GM privilege. Let me give them out.
I got a
Oh, no one
5.
can yell at me. I'm in charge.
I got a 5.
Oh, yeah. You are able to angle this shot so that you can take it without Mari or Cornelius in it.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Fantastic. So that brilliant light flashes out, and it's blinding again. It's absurdly bright for what a camera should be, and the two of you hear sort of like thumping sounds as these bodies drop in front of you, and another plate is burned. So you're down to 5.
Yep, 5 plates. Bodies out of. And then you said there was like 15.
About
People?
15, and you got 5 of them in that one camera shot.
All right, cool.
Do we hear any more bells, or are there more walking around?
There is still more walking around the cemetery, and it's also like it's gotten properly late in the day. There's a sort of a fog that's sort of encapsulating this space as it's getting later. But you can still hear the occasional, like no more bells have rung since you've entered the cemetery. It seems like they've all the ones that have been woken up are awake. But there is still that digging through earth sound and the moaning, as there's still several that you can't quite see in the fog sort of walking around aimlessly in the cemetery.
Mari does give a once over to Cornelius and is like, all right, you look completely fine. I don't want to explain more necrosis to, when she wakes up, do we?
Oh, yes, you're quite right. You could be quite a doctor yourself. I saw that stitching.
I only am learning from what I see you do, and I should have let you do it, to be honest.
You did fine. We need to round these up. I don't think we should be taking any more of your blood. We can do this normally, just grabbing their attention.
Is there a way to do any of what we do normally?
Fair. It's just been a long day, and I think the more you're tapping into sin.
Sin. It's not say like sin, like it's sinful.
I just noticed it has a name now, and I don't know if you gave it the name or it gave it its name.
It just kind of came to me. Don't like it?
I just want you to be careful.
This is my normal. We can only be so careful in this life.
I know. It's coughing up blood and having your blood spill on the ground. Anyways, we need to figure out how we're gonna get them into a shot.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Gideon?
As you're
Mr.
having
Thorne?
This moment, Gideon, that camera flash goes off. And as you finish clicking it, pull the plate out, I'm assuming to look at it, there's a moment where you feel a grasp on the back of your arm. You turn to look at it.
Do I turn to look at it?
I'm asking. Something has grabbed you from behind.
Yeah, I probably would turn to look at it.
As you turn to look at it, you see a decaying, rotting corpse. For you, a familiar face. And where it's touched you, you can slowly see sort of rot sort of starting to blister out from your elbow, basically, because he like grabbed you on the back of the arm, as you look into the face of Hugo staring at you.
Okay. I take out the revolver that I have tucked away in my in my pants.
A point of a body mark for me, though.
Okay. All right. And I'm gonna take out my revolver.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna point it at Hugo's face and pull the trigger.
Give me a control roll.
Started blasting.
It's a 5.
Fantastic. That moment of tenderness that the two of you are sharing is interrupted by the sound of a gunshot, where you knew roughly that camera flash to have come from.
As I pull the trigger and Hugo's,
just sort of like shambles backwards a little bit. But
shambles
like
backwards.
Yeah, it's still like sort of coming in your direction.
For sure. I'm gonna reload a plate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be like, $20, fucking $20, and take a picture.
You were able to spin the camera, load that plate, and take another shot, and Hugo's body falls to the ground. But you can still see that like rot sort of blistering out from where he touched you.
I think I'd run over to Gideon once I heard a gunshot over there.
Which I believe means you're down to 4 plates, if I have done my math correctly.
Yeah. I guess, Corneilius, when you come in, you're just...
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, you see a zombie with a hole in its face on the ground and effectively what looks like a rotting section of Gideon's like lower back of his arm near his elbow.
Oh God, damn it, Gideon! And I will try to wrap it just kind of on the surface level.
Oh, that's just Hugo. He owe me $20.
Did he give you the $20?
No, but he tasted a gun.
Okay, forgive me. Okay. How many more names were left on that list?
All right, so now we got Hugo out of the way. Which was the most important name on my list? Let's be honest. We got about 9 more names.
9?
Yeah, I don't know, if I should shoot my gun in the sky. I guess I could do that, I like to be discreet about it, because you never know when a deal's gonna go bad, right? So you gotta keep that thing on you.
But they're hungry.
I got these cookies, and then I'm gonna open my briefcase, and there's like the cookies inside. Think they want this?
I don't know if they eat cookies or the strong emotions of grief and
Oh, I don't got those.
pain. Oh, you can try the cookies then.
Oh, I also have he'll like go into his trunk again. He'll be like, got these rabbit feet. People think these are lucky, so I sell them to the kids and stuff.
Can we see any more of shambling people in the cemetery? And does it equal the amount of ones we have less on the list?
So, at first you see in the distance what you think could be movement in the cemetery, and then shambling out of the fog, and I think Mari would probably clock it first, because Mari was the one who looked at the photograph. You would see a very familiar face with dark curls and a rather ornate hairpin.
Nora. There. But you're not Nora, are you? What are you?
As that name is said, the head just sort of whips towards you and tilts, as almost like hearing its name has drawn its attention, and it starts shambling in your direction while that moan rips itself from the throat.
Okay, they're slow. I think maybe if I walk very fast, we can outrun them. Gideon, start saying more names. You wrote them down, correct?
Yeah, okay. He opens his book. He's like, yeah, fuck you, Bill.
Maybe we don't have to antagonize them. I think just their name is enough.
Oh, my
Also,
bad, Mark.
Bill Emar, the one who passed away recently?
Yes. Well, Bill was short for Billiam.
Oh my god, he ran the orphanage. Maybe not.
I don't know what they did,
Bill.
Mari. You think I know these people?
He was a very nice man, very, very charitable.
And now he's a dead fucking zombie. So I don't think we need to honor him at this exact moment. He's trying to eat us.
Hear a sort of like a grumbling as the familiar face of Bill sort of comes out of the shadows heading in your direction. So you now have Bill and Nora heading towards you.
Miriam, Janice. He's just reading down the list. Franklin, Ezekiel, Tony.
Fuck you, Tony!
Fuck you, Ezekiel!
Oh my God.
Is that working?
Surprisingly, yes, it is working. As you're shouting out the names of these people, whatever semblance of their own self is still wrapped inside them sort of triggers them a little bit, and you start hearing more shambling coming in your direction. They're not like all clustered together. It's sort of like a ring sort of around you. So they're coming from various points of the cemetery.
Let's back up towards the entrance to see if we can funnel them in one shot.
We love a tactical retreat. I like the way you're thinking, Cornelius.
I think they're coming from all directions. Maybe take one of the pictures and then we go in that direction.
Oh yeah,
Good
that's a great
idea.
idea too. And then I'm gonna shove a plate in and then take a pic. As long as I'm gonna try to push Mari. I'm gonna be like, and Cornelius like behind me, so they're not in the shot, and I'm gonna take a picture.
Give me a control roll.
I'm gonna drive a 6.
Nice.
It is my gilded dice too.
Fuck yes, you get the
Nice.
drive back. You get the drive back. You are
Okay.
able to get. How many did we say are left? I've mathed incorrectly.
9. We're at 9.
You're able to get like 5 of them in this one shot that you take. Not Nora. Nora's still in that other cluster, so you still have like 4 left as you take the shot and have 3 plates remaining backing towards the entrance of the cemetery.
Okay.
And they're still sort of coming at you.
All right, we're gonna kind of start backpedaling a little bit, and while I'm sort of moving backwards towards like the gate of the cemetery, right? I'm gonna try to keep Cornelius and like Mari behind me while I'm facing the zombies.
Yeah, we'll just watch behind Gideon as they're backing up with the camera.
I am watching, but I am also paying close attention to Nora and am almost envisioning reaching out towards her to sense, not actually reaching out to where I would touch her, but like I envision myself reaching out towards her, a hand stretching far too long to feel if there's anything coming off of this comb, this hair ornament.
As you are focused in on Nora, you hear in the distance a familiar voice as Oscar's voice echoes from behind you. And at first you're not sure you hear it. But then it rings clear as a bell as you just hear him say, "Stop!"
Oscar, what are you doing here?
I can't say goodbye to her again.
Oscar, listen to me. That's not her.
This is the face. Gideon makes a face, and he's just like,
He's like, he like sort of approaches up behind behind the three of you, but he's not looking at you. His eyes are locked on Nora.
Oscar, Mr. Please, did you ever say goodbye to her to begin with?
No, I had work. I didn't say goodbye until she was gone.
Oh. Okay. Just looks to Cornelius like had a thought pattern. It was completely hijacked. Oh. You've got
Oscar.
bedside manner, right?
Oscar, listen to me. You need to get out of here. It is not safe for you, and Nora would not want you hurt either.
That is my wife.
I don't think that actually is your wife. I think her soul is at home. I felt her. I felt her in the shadow. I felt her in the photograph. I don't think that that's her.
You know her more than anyone.
Give me a sway roll. Whoever wants to lead it. It can't be Gideon. Gideon hasn't talked.
That's fair. Gideon hasn't talked. Gideon just made a face. Like
Gideon made a face. So it's gotta be Cornelius.
That ain't your wife, dude.
Gotta be Cornelius. It's gotta be Cornelius, I think.
I'll do it.
I will give you 2 drives.
Okay. Sway, right?
Sway.
I will. I'm assuming this is high stakes. I feel it high stakes.
Yes.
Okay.
High
I will
stakes.
also burn a drive. So 2 and then 1. That is.
Oh man, I should have chimed in. I'm sorry, I let down the group.
Are you the charisma build too?
I am the charisma build. I should have chimed in.
Oh my! I got 3 1s and a 6.
Oh, based.
He looks at you, and there is like finally his eyes break from Nora, and he turns to look at you, and you can just see how wet his face is, and the sadness there, and the sunkenness of his eyes. And you're reminded of when you like checked on him earlier, that piece of his soul. And Mari, you also clock it based on the notes that you read about how Sarah's grandfather mentioning that he never fully felt like a piece of him. He felt like a piece of him was still missing. And he looks to Gideon and just very softly says, "Please let me."
Yeah, I think you're the more inclined photographer out of this group. I would love to let you have this camera. Let me know if you need help getting their attention. They really like it when I yell at them in a derogatory manner, and I'm welcome to be that guy for you.
He loads the frame and turns it and looks at the lens. And before pressing the camera click, he just says very softly, "Goodbye, my love." And then there's that bright illuminating flash, and the bodies fall silent onto the ground. And Oscar drops to his knees, weeping.
Amari also is kneeling right beside him, not touching him, but offering open hands in front, an offer of comfort. Or she's also just happy to sit there and kneel in the dirt with him.
She just leans into you, or he leans into you.
There. You will never feel the same. And there's nothing anyone can say to change or make you feel better, although some will try.
Who did you lose?
But my mother. And I didn't get to say goodbye either.
What was her name?
Her name was Iris.
He lifts his head and looks at you in the face properly. Iris Palace?
Yes. She went away on an expedition in the Northern Territories and she never came back. Her soul is probably still wandering around out there. But what you can do is you can put her soul, you can put Nora's soul to rest in her body. You can give her that peace. It's not much control, but it is something.
She was supposed to be buried here. I think a part of her was trying to go home. Please take the camera. I don't really want to look at it anymore.
She will take it from him, carefully to touch the body.
And he will get up, dusting off his pants, and walk into the cemetery and just sort of sit on the ground with his wife.
Did we get the rest of them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I was like,
shot
oh,
the
dude.
other
he took the
Got it,
final
got it.
shot. Yeah.
What are the three of you doing? As it seems, the drama is at rest for now.
Gideon's gonna go to the bodies and see if you can try to take something from them. He'll be like, I need to go inspect my work, and he's gonna see if he's got anything good on him.
Give me a survey roll.
Just leave Nora's alone, and
You
start
would
with
be able to get
Hugo
to Nora's 'cause,
maybe.
Nora's with her husband. So I don't think Gideon's gonna go pat down the body in front of the grieving widower.
Great.
A 6.
Jesus.
Cleans up.
You don't find much on many of the corpses because they're corpses that have been prepared for burial. But the one thing I will give you is
They might have nice jewelry.
In Hugo's pocket, you do find $20 or whatever the equivalent is in this universe.
You know that means someone murked him when he was on his way to pay you back.
Good. Should have paid me sooner, idiot.
Oh, Gideon, always away with words.
And our camera sort of crossfades back to the reliquary, where the three of you notice, as you return, that Lazarus is not here.
Is Sierra?
Sierra's here. She's sort of at the big round table, sort of writing notes down, jotting everything down.
I would have assumed he would have stopped by and tried to get the box back, the camera box too, and
Yeah.
all of the papers to.
I assume you collected
submit.
all of the things. Yes.
Sierra, Lazarus has not come back yet?
I assumed he was with you.
No, he branched off to do some crowd control.
Huh. I can look into it. Don't worry about it.
It's just, it's unlike him.
If I'm being very honest, it's very like him.
What do you mean?
That is not my story to tell.
Okay, so you know him quite well?
We have a history, him and I. We served together. Did you not know that?
I gathered that maybe something of that vein, but I don't know any details.
I was his commanding officer, and Lazarus, as complicated as he may be, he has always been a good soldier.
Well, if I may, sometimes the strongest of us who look like we can take a lot are just really good at hiding it. When we were out earlier, he was bitten by one of the infected dogs. He went to a far-off place. And I don't know if it's because of the incident or something that he's been dealing with for far longer than that, but I do know what it's like to not feel at home in your body.
I can't speak for Lazarus.
I'm not asking you to.
I assume that we dealt with our photographer friend.
He's grieving. I look to Cornelius and Gideon.
Yes, he's fine. Last I checked up on him, and I guess I will put the camera, the wrapped in the sheet on the table. We found the culprit of what was happening. Indeed, something old, something runic designs.
The blueprints here. It talks
Ah.
of the runes and the Eye of Emrys.
Her eyes sort of snap up and she pulls out the blueprints. This design is more old fare than anything else. I will have some experts look into it. But
Oh, please. I mean, this case might not be simply closed. It's said that it took life and give it away. I felt like the corpse, the heart started beating again, but the shadow was left behind. So I don't think the spirit is necessarily with the body, and maybe someone more with more expertise than us should look into that.
Sierra just sort of crosses to you, and in like a more gentle tone than she normally takes, sort of touches the sides of your face as you start to like talk a little quicker. Mariama, respectfully, when are they ever closed? There is magic all around New Fair. Thank you for returning this, and we will store it safely in the vault.
Because it is our duty to secure the objects and artifacts of Bleed.
Now you all should rest, and I should find Lazarus.
Sierra, and I kind of quietly and just kind of push the blueprint closer to her.
Mm-hmm.
What you find out about this, could you loop me in?
Of course.
Thank you. It's interesting.
What did you steal, Gideon?
Nothing. I didn't steal anything. Gideon's gonna take that dinner roll that was in his front pocket and like unwrap it and start chowing down on it.
She sort of rolls her eyes, gathers the camera, and starts to head down.
Did you want a debrief? Because this guy, he was like, "Oh, that's my wife. I don't know if I want to take this picture again." But we were like, "Dude, that's a zombie."
Report, and she just the words echo as she like exits the room down into where that big bank vault is. You guys would know that as she opens it, there's a set of stairs that go deeper underground that has been dug out. and has several layers of security for storing artifacts. You just hear that echoing of just, I expect it in your report. And we have a brief moment before the session ends for the three of you. What would you like to do?
Mari looks at Cornelius and is trying to get a read on your energy at that interaction.
I'd say, Cornelius is still looking for solutions. And I think, unfortunately, he is not as cautious as you are in terms of what he finds.
Cornelius?
Yes. Are you feeling okay? How's that cut?
It's fine. What is the latest that you've gotten? Information-wise, I know there's been mention of them helping to research ways to help Dolores. Have they given you anything recently?
No. Not much to go on. Most of the things I've been finding and asking, again, whatever we find out there can lead to answers, and they seem hesitant at best. Understandably, I know we need to be careful. I just feel like we're running out of time.
Is it getting worse?
Pulls out a notebook. Several extra seconds each time.
It started getting rapidly more worse, and they're not giving you anything.
They're trying. I know they are.
Yes, of course they're trying.
Are you having this conversation quietly?
Yes, I think you could probably hear.
Yeah, they're like sitting at the table.
They haven't
Okay.
left the
Wanted to know,
room.
like, this is like this side. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess like Gideon's gonna like be eating his dinner roll, and he's just sort of like, so what happened to Dolores?
It's complicated.
Hey, you guys
I
are
don't-
talking about her like she's fucking dead.
She's not.
See?
Gideon.
She's not dead. Not.
Oh,
No.
that's great. Glad to hear, buddy.
Gideon. It's complicated. Have you never told Gideon why you joined Candela?
You are probably the only one who's seen her outside of. Dolores isn't doing well, Gideon.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She like sick or something?
Or something. Candela is looking after her for me.
Oh, well, I hope she gets the help that she needs. I like Dolores. She seemed like a nice lady.
That's a
Thanks.
Candela facility that she's staying in. I thought she was. Did they move her from your home?
Yes. I don't know if my home's quite safe, at least away from the public eye, since her condition is, unique.
Yes, I'm sure it's for everyone's safety.
But if you find anything and you want to try to communicate with her, that is, always open to you. Of course, no pressures, but
Whitney, in all of my divination skills and attempts, has anything ever been able to make contact with her?
No.
You can, I think Cornelius at least could tell that this whole time since being back at headquarters, there's been something more that she's wanted to say. And so slowly, almost as slowly as the shadow started developing around her, there seems to be a question there that's not being asked. She doesn't look like she's necessarily ready to speak about it yet, but her words feel hollow.
As that look crosses Mari's face, our camera crossfades, and we see an isolated, for lack of a better word, maybe hospital room. A beautiful woman lying on a bed with what look to be doctors around her. And the sound of piano music begins to fill the air as a crackling of energy rips through this space, and her body levitates just a little bit before shifting into an incorporeal form. And then a loud scream rips itself from her body as for a brief moment her eyes flash open. And then as quickly as it happens, the piano music returns. And this woman falls back to rest on the bed, gently. And as our camera pulls out of this room, we see the name on the door reads Dolores. And that is where we will end our session for the evening. Have an excellent night, and we will see you next Monday.